This side.
Let's do it.
Should we do it now?
You launch. Do it now!
That was the most lackluster fucking high. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of the exciting and terribly underrated Dice Dames and Dudes.
That is just a fact right there. Horribly underrated.
Horribly. There's a lot of Yiddish on that word.
Probably.
Oh, God. Is Namgold doing our fucking intro now?
Uh-huh.
Hello! Hello, I am Namgol Achpanach.
I think we need to get a voiceover. That would be awesome.
I don't think I can pull off Namgol. I can pull off the accent, but I can't pull off the tone.
Welcome to Namgogs. I have a deal for you, my friend.
Hold on.
Come, see, come. Listen.
Come see my friends.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
Yes.
So
We begin.
Introductions first. How you doing this week, Shay?
Pretty good. Been busy playing volleyball and doing college and doing
Dicking
art.
around with whatever you're doing right now, and
Yeah, totally not trying to get another 20 things crossed off of my to-do list while we play. No.
Is it throwing you off your stride that I'm the one that's doing the introduction this week?
Oh, a little bit. It's a little weird.
I figured. Well, you know, you seemed occupied, so I gotta step up.
Fair. Yeah, you do. That is fair. That is called a partnership.
Kick your ass. Luke, how you doing this week?
I am good. I finished, I've got a couple of edits, like I was telling you guys backstage. I got a couple of edits I got to do, but I have finished my cover for Hardly Heroes number 7, the variant
Yes.
cover, the safe for work version and the not safe for work version.
Titties.
It's spicy.
Titties.
Yes.
The boobies.
Yep.
The
Yep.
boobies.
Actually, I haven't posted it on my Twitter yet, but I will at some point. I will.
Post the boobas. No, it from what I have seen, it is looking fucking stellar, so it's exciting. And it's so fucking cool that's going to be a cover. Anyone who backed the Hardly Heroes campaign, they're going to have that cover out in October.
Yep. They're going to have that cover out in October. It's going to be the cover to number 7. And I believe they're probably going to do a print of it. Their plan, I was talking to Brian today, their plan is to do prints of their covers whenever they get a cover done. So
all of you awesome people who are part of the Valkyrie flight, who fucking love our big brother, little brother Luke, depending on which one of us you're talking to.
Our medium brother Luke.
Our medium-sized brother Luke. Go make sure that you're paying attention to the Hardly Heroes campaign, because you don't want to miss out on that. And I mean, Luke is fucking badass. We all know this. Nobody.
I just realized something, Shay.
What?
He is medium sized between us, and then he is medium aged reversed between us. You know what I mean?
No,
I'm actually
I don't.
taller than Shay.
Yeah,
not in
Shay
heels.
is the middle height between us.
So
not in heels. Okay, well, not with my mohawk up, so there you go.
Ah, that's a good point.
I'm
That's
gonna give Shay a mohawk, and then she'll just
No.
be 9 feet tall.
That's not happening. I don't want that on my neck.
On your neck.
That'd be a lot of weight.
Yeah, I was gonna.
And if a strong wind goes by,
hair.
I mean, trust me, it'll fuck with
It'll be fine.
It's
Oh
a
my
sail.
gosh. The sail.
You'll look like
Seriously.
that dinosaur from the original Jurassic Park that killed the fat guy.
No.
The Dilophosaurus?
The
Wow.
Spinosaurus.
Dilophosaurus.
Wow.
Spinosaurus.
Woodrow just ready with that name.
It's my favorite fake dinosaur. I don't think it's real, but
I don't think it's real either.
I love this dinosaur that doesn't exist.
And last
Pretty
but
sure it
not
exists.
least, how you doing this week, Woodrow?
I'm not enough
Titties.
of- Titties.
You're doing titties. That means 2 thumbs up.
Don't do titties.
That's what I was gonna do.
I love doing titties.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Anyway.
Well, in absence of anyone fucking saying anything worthwhile,
Wow, you bitch.
this is what you get. This is what you get.
This is what happens when Sirens things, guys. Sorry.
Here,
Mm.
you can see the finished.
We can't
or safe
change fucking layouts like
Yes,
that.
we can.
No, we can't. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, yes, we can. Don't be a baby.
You motherfucker.
I don't know what's happening.
I forgot the layouts. I'm sorry.
Are you ready?
Yes. Boom! Nice.
That is the cover. Yes.
Very good.
He's staring into her brown eye.
he is very like he's a little pervy, okay?
He is mesmerized by what he sees. He's a fan of the peach.
Obviously. It's a lot of peach on display.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Okay.
it looks
This
awesome.
will be the safe for work version.
Yeah, we can't show the not safe because
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not Luke's channel. He doesn't give a shit.
Well, actually,
No,
I
Luke-
do. I'm not
Luke
looking to sabotage
cares.
the channel. Jeez.
it's not Jason. Jason would be like, no,
No,
that's cool.
no.
And then he'd show it. So
Well,
Or Billy.
I have a version.
Ink.
I had a version last night that I had that was covered with the skulls. So
I
that's what I
see.
showed on there last night. So
nice.
yeah. So there it is. That is the cover. And,
Oh,
we
the
put it
other
out in
big-
October.
The other big thing that Luke hasn't mentioned, topic list with their anniversary.
Yes, they
That's right.
did.
2 years.
2 years.
2
Oh,
years
dang.
of topicless.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty fucking crazy. So
And, you know, we're not trying to compare ourselves, but next
Stop it,
month,
Sky. Stop it, Sky. Don't
Next-
be a bitch.
next month, we have a channel anniversary as well. That's all I'm saying.
We do. We have a channel anniversary next month, yes.
hell yeah. I mean, you guys started
3
your channel in
years.
2019.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wasn't going to say the number because you said don't be a bitch. So I wasn't being a
I mean,
bitch.
I know when you guys started your channel.
I'm
I'm sure
I
Shay
was-
does too, but she accused me of being a bitch, so I didn't say the number.
I mean, to be fair, you're normally a bitch, so
I was about to say when. To be fair, Si, when are you not?
There's another anniversary next month that I could go into.
What, regen cycle?
No.
Pico. No, I'm just kidding.
Pico.
Well, in a
People
roundabout kind of
disagree.
way.
Stop it.
Oh god.
Last time on Dice Dames and Dudes, Woodrow, go.
Thank you.
We have to switch back.
I was ill prepared, you psycho bitch.
I did all 3 things.
Yeah, not on my
Well
screen.
done.
I had to move it.
Well done. And thank you, D-Line. I appreciate it.
So, without further ado,
Oh my god, you just turned into one of your NPCs.
Mr. Magoo. No, yeah. Last time on Dice Dames and Dudes, the party got some rest. The rebel base was abuzz watching reports of an alien beholder tearing through high crown ships. After a morning discussion, the party was greeted by an ogre named Silvar, thanking them for freeing him from the attack on Ulm. Silvar manages to hitch a ride with the party to Ryzen 4, where he sets up a home in Susaria's Grove. The party stopped by Persine for a shopping trip before leaving Ryzen 4 and heading into the Inner Rim. Dis was set on investigating an excavation site run by Perry Schuler, a dark dark magician.
A dark musician.
That's
He
Luke.
might be a musician
Luke
as well.
Yeah, Luke is the dark musician. That's my bad.
Bards.
Guar is
Yeah, I was thinking of Guar. Yeah. No, but Perry Schuler, who's a dark magician, that might have the answer to Bryn's nightmares. At the very end of the episode, you guys had just picked up 3 energy cells and left a pirate ship waiting in ambush, stalled out in the middle of an asteroid field. So you guys,
I mean, shit happens. They'll be okay.
yeah,
Serves him right.
They'll be fine.
yeah. It's not like there's any space monsters called Sephosa or whatever they were. Sephora. Yeah,
And they weren't
Sephora is a makeup
monsters.
brand.
I know.
They're just
Fuck.
fauna from the ethereal realm. It's not like they're monsters. But
They're not monsters. They just hatch inside people.
that wasn't the Skyfosa. That was a parasite that attaches to the Leviathan. Is in the ethereal realm. So, you know, like
That's
suckerfish
why.
or whatever, those parasite fish.
Look, they were near each other geographically, so I'm just staying away.
Guilt by association.
Yep.
So yes, you guys are traveling through space. You guys have probably about 5 or 6 hours of downtime. Of if you want anything, if there's anything you need to do for preparation. Let's see. Okay.
So, does that mean that I could take this time to get Luke's tattoo going?
You could get like the outlining of it done.
Yeah.
It's gonna take more than the 6 hours. But if you want to sit like parked out and just get it done and take like the 8-hour rest or whatever it would take to do the whole thing, you can. Just
It's
kind of
up to
like.
you.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
We're 5 hours out currently, so it's only an extra 3.
Just fly slower.
Yeah. You guys could just park or put it on like
Just hit cruise.
Fly casual.
impulse.
Fly casual, exactly.
I was gonna say it's like when kids go out on cruising and shit on the weekends. Like, no, we're just gonna cruise.
Yes.
our way
Drive
through it.
slowly.
Street in my 6'4", jogging
Wow.
up
Yeah.
hills.
Wasn't going there, but okay, we could do that too.
I don't know. Just the dynamite hack started playing in my head. I'm sorry.
Are we doing a drive-by? Is this
Yes.
not GTA?
Yes.
That'd be
It's always
awesome.
kind of been
Space.
Yes.
On our way to the next universe, we need to stop by GTA. That would be so awesome. We're all just in a bus driving down the street, looking around like, "What the fuck is this place?"
What-
You're
what
like,
happened?
yeah,
Where-
let's
where
keep
are
going.
we?
Let's keep going. I don't like this
Oh
one.
hell, not again!
Aw, hell. Hell no. Okay.
We can stop by. What's that character that you are for a while? The old guy that has the family.
Michael.
Yeah, you could stop by his house, and we could stop by his house and like use the pool, and be nice, awesome.
Take a little interdimensional vacation on the way to the next universe. Yeah, I mean,
Trevor was the fun one anyway.
That was
You
the
which
That was the meth
personalities
guy.
were the more fun.
oh god. Oh god.
Well, this personality was a lot more fun than these. Sounds like something Krieger would say.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That
Was
is
I
just a
not
fact.
supposed to be cloning people? What? What?
So,
It's fine.
Yeah, Krieger.
going
He's
to
my
open
favorite.
the sheet.
Okay, I am going to share a map.
Yes,
Alrighty.
you can shut
What's
them
that?
up.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Shay, I can do it all. You ready?
Shut them up.
Good job.
Nicely done.
I'm trying to let you
Ninja
keep
vanish.
doing your shit.
Thank you.
Oh, and my video is fixed for this week. I'm gonna totally fuck everything up, but
Video. Your video.
yes.
Background video is the good.
Those are the two things disc can do is slash
Yeah.
and stab.
Yes.
So if you do want to prep out the text, Kirby and Uncle.
Yes.
If you want to prep
What's up,
out
Frog G?
Kronos' back for the tattoo, I'm assuming that's where you're getting it, right? You're getting the tattoo on, like you want the whole sort of your whole back.
Well, I
covered
mean,
in, like,
yeah,
the
I figured
raglan
that would be
or-
the best place for the.
Put it on his
You don't want
chest and he
coming out
can
your
fly
tits?
backwards.
Yeah.
You know what?
wing.
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. I don't know about all this.
Hold,
Cool at the time.
hold on, Kronos. I'll move your head around in the right direction.
No, you know what I'll do? I'll get it tattooed on like my ribs, going up into my armpits
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff. And that way I'll
like
just,
Spider-Man.
you know, yeah. That way I've got real bat wings.
Oh my gosh.
Terrible
Could do
idea.
that, too.
Nope.
All
I'll
bad
take it back.
ideas.
Yeah.
As
we'll
as
we'll
the
just do-
tattooist, I'm gonna say I'm not going to approve that placement.
So there's three.
I'm not-
three steps: prepping, laying ink down like the line art, and then actually doing the tattooing and basically like solidifying the magical enchantment as you tattoo. So I will need 3 checks, and all of them are going to be using your wisdom.
Ooh, can I help since I have 22 wisdom?
You actually did learn, so if you want to help, you actually can with this. This
And
is something
I'll
you
go ahead and
actually
toss
have
her a
the
bardic
ability.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna roll with advantage and
Okay.
add a D8, I believe, if you need it, or it might be 10
Yeah.
now.
All right. So
Oh, no, it still should be an 8. It's only you're
It's,
only
yeah,
at
it's
7th
still
level.
a
Yeah.
D8. Yeah, 1D8.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
because I have a half proficiency in tattoo.
Noise.
Oh fuck! All right, we're gonna go with the digital dice.
No, you have advantage, so you can roll twice as.
I know. I don't want to roll that again after that roll.
She's never touching that dice again. No, I'm just
Why
kidding.
that dice can stay down there? Fuck you, dice.
I rolled a 7.
Oh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, that's good.
And did you
Plus
use
a
the
D8.
That was the D8. Yes, that was with the D8.
What?
All right, good. Well, then I'm glad I gave you
Wait,
the D8.
you rolled 2 D8. You rolled two D20s and a D8, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. So 20. Anyway, that's good. You made it, matched it, so it doesn't lower the DC.
Oh, wait. Don't
Or
you
wait.
also have tattoo on your character sheet so you could add. There's a plus to it.
Oh, that's right. You got expertise. Yeah.
Oh.
Scroll
where is
down
that?
the skills on your
Scroll
character
down,
sheet all the
yes.
way to the bottom is where
I forgot
mine
I
is.
added it to your sheet with expertise. So it'd be more than the 11 you rolled. It's technically 16. It's like this is perception.
Oh, there it is. Oh shit! It's a plus 16.
Yeah. So whatever you roll.
Holy
plus 16.
shit. So
that would be
28 plus 8.
No.
Yeah.
What are you saying? 28
You rolled a 12.
plus a
On your
D8,
D20.
which was an 8. So a 20.
Plus 16 is 36.
Yeah, not 28 plus 16. 20 plus 16.
You didn't listen to what I said, did you?
No, I didn't because you were
12 plus 16 is 28 plus 6 or plus 8 is
Either way.
You just let me do my own fucking
it's the same math. That's my point.
I know, but will you just shut up and let me do my own math instead of adding for me and making it more confusing?
This is the clue scene. 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
I suddenly
now
feel a
playing
lot
math
better
finder.
that I'm not the only one that has trouble with all these numbers. Thank you very much.
I knew what the fuck I was saying.
I love you,
I
Luke.
came in.
That confused me
Fucking
too.
bullshit.
So
How many more of
confused the
these am
hell
I
out of
doing?
me. And also, 2 more. But also
Do I
not
still
hard to
have?
confuse.
Do I still have the bardic inspiration, or is that a one time?
So it's a one-time thing. Yeah.
But you still have advantage.
Wait, hold on. I still have advantage So I
Because
still get
I'm
to roll-
aiding. Yeah.
So I still get to roll again. Okay.
But that first prepping is important because that's if the DC is going to higher or lower. So getting really good on this.
So 15 plus 16, 31.
Okay.
I'm assisting by shaving Luke's back.
Sorry.
I know it sounds funny, but it's actually a really
You
important
have to.
part of the
Yeah,
catch,
yeah.
too.
I know.
Yeah.
You have to do it. It was just funny. In my
I'm
It's
usually-
just really funny to
It
hear.
is.
So I
It is
lather
actually
him
funny
up.
because
Whip out the dagger.
The karambit.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Because it's a magical. I know. So
Oh my gosh. All right. And then we got one more.
diss Nyx a little bit, and Kirby goes, "Oh, I got you, heal."
All right, since I've got advantage, I'll just try anyway. All right, so we're gonna go with the first one. So that was 32 for
32.
the last one.
Why couldn't you roll like this when you were doing mine?
Because I didn't
That's
have
how
all of this
that's
at my
how she got the
disposal.
expertise.
I had to butcher you.
This is why you wait for the the initial models to come out. It's
For the
like
apprenticeship to be over.
Yeah, this is why you wait.
Rude.
Wait for the kinks to get worked out.
What do you mean you only have your learner's permit?
Oh, fucking mean.
That's okay. I want more tattoos, by the way.
You
I
get
don't know.
you get the salve put on. You guys put some plastic wrap on it and put his clothes back on. Armor. Although you don't need
I'm
armor.
gonna let him put his clothes back on.
Yeah,
I feel like he's good at that. Doesn't need my help.
This is still assisting.
My vest just kind of climbs back over me.
This is still assisting.
No.
8 action.
He is swaddled, with the exception of his back, covered from all angles.
Essentially, when you finish your next rest, Chronos, you'll have the same thing that Bryn has, except it doesn't have the extra blessing where it protects you from damage. But you have the same thing where for an hour, you have a fly speed. I think it's of 60.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so my flying speed and my running speed are equal. That is fucking bitching.
So yeah, you can fly for an hour just like Bryn. And then if any of you want to put weaker flying things in like power armor or something, you can. Just that's how Kirby and Diz fly. They have a weaker flying speed, but they have it all the time. But so next rest that'll pop up for you, and in that time, the ship you're kind of been running passive scans, and it picked up a nebula on the outside of the large long range scans. And if you want, whoever is going to be running the scans can go ahead and roll perception with the ship, because you're trying. It's the passive perception that pinged the storm, and now you guys can basically try and scan it and get some information from it if you want.
Okay, so is it ours or the ship's?
The ships, and you can use either your ship or Kronos's, because you can just connect to your ship with your telepathy.
Okay.
See, my ship gets a +5 to perception.
I'm looking for mine.
Real quick, I think your ship has more than that, Kronos.
Oh, okay.
I think it should.
My perception is a +12.
Yeah, but I think your ship has.
Mine has a +11 perception.
Yeah, my skills for the ship are a little bit off, it seems.
Athletic. Oh yeah, for some reason. Okay, so the 6 that I added in there must not have gotten added on the perception. It's an 11.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter either one. If you want to go ahead and scan, go ahead.
We could both scan.
Yeah, I could. Go ahead and roll, and I'll help. And I'll give you advantage.
Okay. Let's see here. I will roll once. Because I got a 20. So 31.
Okay, so with the perception checks, you pick up that this is a nebula, but it's artificial. It's some kind of terraforming going on. There seems to be either magic or technology that's creating this storm and keeping it in that space, that area.
Interesting.
Is this the sphere builders from Enterprise?
Yeah.
The Delphic Expanse? Oh.
What's this Nardic Nardal Blarty Snartfast or whatever the fuck his name is in Hitchhiker's Guide?
What the hell just happened?
Snarty Blartfast.
Yeah, Snarty Blartfast, yeah.
Yeah, Snarty Blartfast.
Wow.
He's got a weird name.
Yeah.
Zaphod Beeblebrox, what?
Yep, Zaphod Beeblebrox. What a fucking great book.
Yeah, so there's a stationary storm, like nebula storm out there, and it seems to be generating energy. If you want to get closer and investigate, you can, and you can get sort of like scans of what's in there. But it seems to be a rather thick nebula. Like moving through it would obscure your ship's sensors. They'd be flying kind of blind through there.
I've been look. You guys sleep twice as much as me. Is in my spare time. I've been watching a lot of what you call media or movies. This is feeling like some Wrath of Khan shit right here. If we go into the nebula, we're gonna get jumped by Ricardo Montalban.
That was always my least favorite of those movies.
God damn it! It's the highest rated one.
Kirby goes, Star Trek, really?
It's okay. It was just when as a kid growing up, it was my least favorite of those movies.
How dare you?
Star Wars guy.
I was never big into Star Trek anyway, so whatever.
Okay, is there an eject button on his seat?
Nope, but there is one on yours. Bye.
I'm not in a seat.
Oh.
Oh!
Fucking hell.
Are you okay?
I will be.
Do you want to go into the nebula or not?
I'm curious what kind of energy the nebula is emitting, because I'm a scientist, you see.
Sorry.
So when you get closer, you might be able to find out what energy it is channeling or using. Let's see.
Let's put our shields up and skirt the nebula.
I am a scientist.
And you're using your ship sensors, right, Dis?
Yeah. As opposed to what? What are my choices?
I was making sure that you weren't using Kronos's. I just wanted to check.
Yeah, I mean...
And when you said you got a 20, was it a natural 20?
It was a natural 20.
Okay. Just want to make sure, because that'll be important, too.
I'm scared now.
That's going to be good on your side. It'll be good on your side, I promise.
I don't trust that. Oh, that sounded bad.
It did.
That sounded really bad.
But I do need, as you guys get closer, you don't have to enter the nebula to get scans of what's inside, but you do have to get within like short range of it. You don't have to enter it, though. You have to get close enough for the monster to jump out and attack you, basically.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Then we definitely get that.
That's what was going to happen, but
Yeah, so it'd be an investigation with either ship sensors. Whoever's doing it, you both can roll an aid, whatever. It doesn't matter. And that'd be your investigation, Kronos, which is a plus 15 on your ship.
I have no investigation on my ship.
All right. Well, then I guess I will roll that.
I will assist.
All right.
Okay.
So, Jesus, this thing makes a fucking hell of a sound when it hits. All right, and with advantage. Okay, so the hell is that? It's a 7. Okay, 17 plus 15.
Yeah. Okay.
Is 20.
32.
32. Thank you.
You're welcome. See, Shay?
So,
help.
You're scanning through your ship. You kind of go into, I almost said Vulcan, because we're just talking about Star Trek. You go
That'd be awesome.
You mind meld with your ship.
Oh.
Our minds are one. So you, as the ship sensors ping out, Kronos, you kind of get a sense of the storm is generating necrotic energy, and as you guys see it, it's kind of hard to tell from the outside, because as you get closer, you can see it on the actual in a visual sense. You can see it looks like a storm. You're sort of going closer to the inner rim, and this is almost on the outskirts of the inner rim, so you're not in the asteroid field. This is almost sort of like a blanket just before the asteroid field, and there's sort of these bright colors on the outside of it that kind of flash along it, almost like a thunderstorm, but the colors you're getting are like very bright whites and blues and fluorescents, like yellows. And as you guys put out the scans, you can see that they there's like a pattern to it. It starts out yellow and then fades to that sort of bright white, and then it kind of restarts and shifts again. As you're scanning, Kronos, some of the data that comes through is seemingly timed. There's a time to it. It seems about every minute or so, there seems to be a strike deep in the nebula, striking one specific spot. And as you're sort of going into the trance and using your ship's sensors with the natural 20, you get a little flash of clairvoyance. So you're not just getting like the empathic reading of the ship, you're actually getting almost like a clairvoyant visual. You see deep in the storm, there's sort of like an eye in the nebula, and there is an asteroid that's on the or what looks like an asteroid. It's bigger than the other ones around it. That's sort of at the front of this front of the inner rim wall that leads back. That's just like basically an asteroid belt, and the lightning is striking kind of down into the asteroid, almost like striking into a cave. And then as your sort of clairvoyance is pulling out of that scan, you can see that there is a hangar similar to the Rebel base. There's sort of like a blast shield and energy force fielded hangar that leads into the rock. But it doesn't look like there was a hangar constructed inside. It just kind of looks like it's all rock and cave almost. The way you see it, the only construct you see on this is just that front like hangar doorway. And then your vision kind of goes back out at you as the scan, the pulsing sort of scan stops. And yeah, that's the information you guys get from that.
Holy shit.
There's something in there.
And I need everyone to make me Constitution saving throws.
This means something.
This means something.
Am I being charmed?
19.
20.
Am I being magically slept?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
No one has any sort of resistance to these. It's not a
18
plus 6, so yeah, 24.
24, 19, 18. Okay. No, nothing seems to happen. You guys seem to resist whatever effect may have happened.
It's calling to us.
Did we feel anything? Like, did we feel like something was trying to happen?
No, you have no. It doesn't feel like there was anything trying to exert will, or there's any like radiation pulse, or you didn't feel anything.
Okay. Huh.
You know, I'm no stranger to necrotic energy.
Yeah.
What with my all my weapons being necrotic, oddly enough.
Right. I mean, yeah. So
There's an asteroid in there.
is there? Where? So we're on our way to the Piri chunk, right?
The
That
Piri
we're
chunk,
headed-
yes. And you have
Okay.
scans of where you're headed, so you could cross check those scans with
Yeah,
what
how-
you have. With
What? Like, how far away are we from the Piri chunk? And is it like, obviously, it's in our path too. So.
as you start pulling up that telemetry data and kind of with the readings you've been taking, it seems that you are there. If you can fly into this nebula storm through the little part of the asteroid belt into the little bit of the inner rim where it is, that is the chunk of Piri. It's seemingly, according to what Dis saw, what you scanned, and then the telemetry data you had earlier from the chunks that Block had put together, the algorithm or whatever they put together for you guys.
Okay.
Well,
So
looks like that's where we need to go.
give me all your reasons why we shouldn't go in there so I can ignore them.
We came all the way the fuck over on this side of the galaxy to find this thing. Why would I?
Solar
give you reasons
system,
not
but
to?
yeah.
Solar system, galaxy, whatever the fuck.
You are such an interstellar explorer, sir.
They're all the same.
It is the same thing.
It is the same thing.
Are there any... I'm going to turn to Kirby. Is there any, like, reinforcement of the shields or the structural integrity field or anything that you can do to buff us up and make sure we get through engineering bot Kirby?
So what you're saying is you want Kirby to strengthen the shields, pulling power from some other system in the ship, is what you're saying?
You know, I breathe a lot less than them, so life support, and I don't
my
even think
God.
you breathe at all right now, so...
You suck.
Kirby, sounds good. The lights dim a little. Kronos, you check. He's not doing anything. He's just dimming the lights.
he's at the wall with a little dimmer switch.
Yeah.
All right, just check.
It seems he is pulling power, but he's pulling power from primary weapons, so like the pew-pews. You can still launch torpedoes. But
Okay,
he's like,
so
if there's...
just no.
Yeah, the ship's already pretty much protected against radiation, but if there's anything extra weird that, you know, can't get through the shields, they'll just put a little extra oomph on it, you know. But yes, with the scans too, you think you could fly through here, but you're flying blind. You're flying using basically like AI generated charts from the scans, and so it's going to be at disadvantage, and only one person can aid. So if you wanted to, like, say, use your ship's psychic connection and kind of like be the sonar or whatever, you can use aid, or someone else can if they want to help fly and like watch the scanner charts. It only takes one person to aid you, and if anyone else has any magic or anything that might assist that you can think of, let me know. But yeah, it would be piloting checks to get through here, and it definitely seems like it would be difficult, and you're rolling with disadvantage unless someone aids. If someone aids, you're rolling a single die check.
Okay.
And Kirby is going to use his thing to use guidance. So whoever's piloting, which I'm assuming is probably Kronos since it's his ship on this, he's going to guide you you get to add a D4. And he basically puts his hand on his shoulder and says, "Since you're usually helping everyone else, I'll give you a little boost here."
A little oomph.
All right.
Also, Froggy, this is a lie. We do not know that there is no bacon in there. There could be bacon. We will investigate.
Harry Shula loves bacon.
All right. So proficiency plus dex, right, for my piloting.
Yeah, your piloting is actually a skill on your sheet now.
Yeah.
It should be anyway, unless I fuck that up too. There's things I forget because there's a lot of stuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
a shit ton of stuff, man.
Thank you for taking Starship piloting off since you put piloting on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just changed the name and moved it, basically, yeah. Ugh.
Where?
In your skills. It should just be in your skills at the bottom. Like, if you scroll, you can scroll the skills now because there's more of them. It should be like use computer and...
Pilot and engineering. And for me, tattoo.
Yeah, you have to use a
Look
scroll
after
bar on the
survival.
It's survival, use computer, pilot, engineering in your skills on that sheet.
Holy shit.
side. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't notice that either. It took me a second.
Oh, wicked. All right. All right, so a +8. So is anybody aiding me?
You just...
Yes. So with an aid, you get one single roll. But I think this is aiding.
Okay.
Yeah, do I need to roll anything for
No,
anything?
you just basically go into your trance and you're focusing on using the sensors and trying to help. Yeah. Tell left, a little to your left. Hot, warm, warmer.
Your other left.
16 plus 8 is 24.
24.
Did I get that right? 16 plus 8?
Yeah. Yeah, 16 plus. Yeah. You tricked.
And then plus 4.
Guess for a second. I was all like,
Right?
Yeah.
well, plus a D4.
Yeah.
Plus a
yeah.
D4. Okay, so 28 total then.
Okay.
Well,
wait, do I need to roll? I got to roll the D4.
Yeah, you got to roll the D4.
Could be a 1.
D4 is especially spiky. I will have you know.
It's a
Roll your
caltrop.
cattle trop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jinx.
All right, so plus another 1, so 25.
25. Oh, there we. Okay, perfect. So 24 was good. 25 is better. So the first pilot check, you go in.
Put your Hellraiser dice down.
You start to go in. You get a couple little beep, 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 ship getting close to things, but you manage to move through. You don't hit anything. Everything seems to be going smooth. And giving your third check, you still have guidance, and you still are getting aided. You still are aided.
Okay.
Hello, leak. I'm not answering that.
Damn it, light. Okay. So this is 17 plus 8, so 20.
25.
Yep. 25
Plus a D4.
Plus spiky D4. Another 1. So 29.
26. Okay.
26.
29.
Yes.
Oh, 26.
26.
26.
No, I was all like, wait, what?
Yep.
Okay, so 26. So
Yep.
second one.
26,
So yeah, you're going
26,
through.
29.
You're flying
12.
through pretty good. You're getting close. You can feel the sensors going, and then there's a moment where in your head, you're elf, so you're pretty calm. But there's a moment where you have just like this panic of like backseat driver, where you like see the truck coming, you don't think that the driver sees it, and you're like, okay, there's a something coming, asteroid coming into our left, okay, our left, yes, our left, and then basically the asteroids sort of move out of the way, and the ship sort of turns and manages to go through them. Seemingly, the pilot didn't even notice how close they just came to getting smashed between two asteroids. But second check is good.
Never tell him the odds.
Yeah.
Right.
But yes, one more time.
One more time.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. Here we go.
You're gonna get fucked up.
Why you gotta say shit like that?
Have you met this?
All right. I gotta get a better light over here. Okay, dirty 20. 12 plus 8. And then
the D4 as well,
plus another 3, so 23.
Okay. We needed on that last one was a 21.
You die.
No, because this is basically landing it. The first two were, it was a 24 and a 25.
Holy
So.
shit!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Usually the DCs go up, but this one I made go down. Unless you fail, then it would be harder because you'd be trying to correct. But anyway.
Right. No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So, luckily, get through. Land on the meteor. So when you guys land, or you sort of break through, and the landing that you see as you kind of like break through, it's not as obscured to where you have disadvantage. You can kind of almost see. And as you land, it sort of pushes the nebula that's away, the nebula-like gases that have accumulated there. And then another lightning strikes a ways behind your van or your ship into the asteroid you've landed on. And it pushes sort of all that nebulous gas away or disintegrates it or uses it or something. And you can kind of see the asteroid, that eye of the storm has sort of opened up again. And you can kind of like see the space around this place. And you can see asteroids kind of coming in and out of the clouds around you as you step off or look out the viewfinder. Where you have landed, you can easily just walk along the curve of the asteroid and get to the door. The blast shield is open on it, and it's just the force field that you can see, similar to the Rebel base. And inside, basically, you just see the mouth of a cave that seems to narrow and go down away from you. And go ahead and give me perception checks, all of you. Just to kind of, maybe there's a little bit of deception, or a little bit more detail you can pick out. A little bit of deception.
A little deception.
A little bit of deception you can see through.
Does the lightning appear to be targeting the opening? I'm just curious
21.
before.
So, according to the readings and according to what you've seen and what you saw, it seems to strike the same place every single time.
Oh, okay.
Natural 20 plus 12, so 32.
All right.
So I got a 17 plus 16, so 33.
90 million. Now, so you both are Bryn.
I
Perception.
got a 21.
Okay, give me a survival check too, actually, as well.
For her, since she's this.
Also, 28.
Yeah, 28. Okay. As you guys land and you're looking through the viewfinder and the space clears and you're kind of in awe for that moment when you watch the asteroids coming out of the radiant nebulous cloud, the lightning energy is sort of dissipating, or the necrotic energy is sort of dissipating. Bryn, this is a feeling you've gotten from your past in these raids that you have been on before, where it was demonic or celestial in nature, sort of extraplanar, always very intense, sort of end game type scenarios. So the survival instinct like peaks in you, the hair on your neck sort of stands up, and you just realize that there is danger here, whatever you guys decide to do. Kronos and Dis, as Kirby is looking at the readings and Bryn sort of is just looking at the surroundings, taking in the feeling, and you guys are looking down looking at the force field, you can see oriented opposite of where you guys are, so almost like from where you're looking there on the ceiling, are these what seems to be two almost kind of sickly, they're moving kind of slow, minor types that are just kind of like using. One of them is using like almost looks like an old style pickaxe, and the other one's using almost like a jackhammer, but you can't hear any sound.
So in case This is through our link. In case any of you have forgotten, and you're not dumb, I'm just reminding. Someone is attempting to excavate this site, so this is probably his workers, I would think.
Yeah.
And if I had to form a theory, it would be that all this fucking necrotic energy that's surrounding this place is probably slowly draining them of life.
Yeah.
So if you feel a little sluggish, just know where it's coming from. Keep your air filtered.
Yeah.
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 Also, if we I'm going to be looking for traps as we go. You might want to let me go first since this is kind of a dark elf situation.
I'm fine with that. I mean,
Okay.
you are proficient at scouting ahead
And death, yes.
Scouting ahead and then being
We're
able to
very good
dart
at
back.
dying.
I am. I am the only successful dying person here. So
So far,
well, for a moment.
we will see about that. So,
all right.
how do you plan on? Before that, as you say that to everyone, Kirby goes, yeah, guys, I don't really complain much, but this doesn't really seem like it's a place for the living. Normally, like in the medical readings I get, sometimes your heart will skip a beat every now and then. It's not a big deal, but all of our hearts are seemingly skipping a beat with the pulses of the storm. So I suggest if we do stay here, we don't stay here long. So I think we should just make this quick.
Oh, fuck.
I'm
All
okay
right.
with that.
It'll be fine. It's
Right.
cool. Yeah, you know, if you guys was it that way on the ship, Kirby?
The heartbeats? Yeah, he noticed.
Yeah.
So he would notice them on the ship. Yeah, it's the first time he noticed it is when the first strike happened when you were in there, and then he noticed it again when that last second one hit. He was just kind of looking the readings, double checking them before he said anything, and that's when you chimed in. So I let you go first. What you could do with the shield, the force field, because one, you could just hack it and open it. You can teleport through. It doesn't seem to be, from your knowledge, guarded by that. You'd have to check for, like you said, traps and stuff like that. So if you want to start with that, give me a investigation check. And if you want, Kronos, you can aid by basically using your ship scanners to test for like the countermeasures or modules or traps or something like that could be on the door.
Okay. Yeah. I will.
So it'll be part of Dis's investigation with advantage.
So what does aid do? Advantage?
Yeah, you get advantage. Yeah.
So 29.
29. So, interestingly enough, when you're looking this over, there is not Magitech, but there's the technology, and then there's magic enchanted upon it. Magitech is, technology that's a blend. This is like a piece of tech that's been enchanted. So, powerful magic, and it seems to be a forbidden spell. It's like one of the spells assassins hate the most. Essentially, extraplanar travel, which includes teleporting, does not happen in these grounds.
Okay. Is it like a block or is it like you're going to pay for it?
It's like a straight up block. You can't do it.
So if I try to shadow step through the force field, nothing happens?
Yeah, so when you try to this is going to be easy, it doesn't work. Or when you say to yourself, you see the enchantment, you're like, try it out. You can't get through it. You can't engage the magic further than the force field wall. As you guys are thinking, let's see. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I didn't say it before, so I can't say it now.
Well, you let's see. I am rolling with that, but true sight. Okay. So there's disadvantage and advantage things. I had to do some real quick math. I think I got it to it. Even
4.
roll, though.
That's the answer.
4. So, okay. As you guys are sort of looking at it and kind of investigating it, the secondary shield turns on and the front force field shuts off. So basically the decompression area opens. I would say give me an insight roll. Your passive is pretty high, Kronos. It's a 21?
22.
22? From just your passive, it seems like that's an ominous invitation. You can't tell whether that's a good invitation or a bad invitation with your passive, so you can still roll. But some kind of invitation.
I got a dirty 20.
30-20. Same thing. Some kind of ominous invitation. They seem to have noticed your presence.
I'm thinking maybe the temple noticed our presence. It's probably Perry. He's probably chilling, waiting for us. Fuck it.
I rolled and I got my passive insight. So.
Oh, nice.
I rolled and got an 8, so Bryn's focused on her finger again.
Bryn's like, you did it.
Ooh.
Bryn's not an idiot. Bryn just looking at the shield is, doesn't understand how to get through or hack to get it open. So
Yeah.
But yeah. So what is the next course? There doesn't seem to be any.
Does there seem to be like any kind of like side door or anything like that, like a service entrance, anything that's not?
We're in the force field now.
What?
If you choose to walk through it, yeah. You can stay out on the outside of the asteroid. You don't have to walk into the little decompression area.
It seems like, it's just it's an invitation to disaster, possibly. But I mean, I was just curious if there was like in our scans, was there like another entrance, another exit to this place, or is it just one way in, one way out?
So technically, there's 2 entrances, at least, into the cave system. There's also where the lightning is going in.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably a lot more safe.
Well, I mean, it is your favorite thing, so.
I mean,
I love lightning.
It really is. I mean, I could try to harness the lightning.
Be one with the lightning.
Or you could just, redirect it at your party again.
I'll be over here.
Yeah, I don't really want to play that game, personally.
Why? You don't want to play? You don't want to play with a lightning?
No,
Fine.
I don't,
okay, fine.
because you always fucking shock us. So rude.
I'm gonna stealth and proceed through the place where Kronos is afraid to go. Not the lightning. Not the lightning.
As you get down in there from where you're at, you can see on the wall, kind of on the panel, sunken in panel, there's like a little blinking light, some kind of panel with a little blinking light. Give me a wisdom check. So it's basically going to be a D20 plus your wisdom.
Yeah. So that would be a 26, a 20 plus 6.
Nice. So your instincts tell you that it's not a trap. It's of any kind. The panel seems to be a communication panel, similar to ones you've seen on like the Rebel base or other places like that.
And it's blinking.
Yeah, there's a blinking light on it.
Is there anything written on this panel like that tells me what the blinking light is indicative of?
It seems to be some sort of. It seems to be a blinking light on a communication channel, similar like the Rebel base when you talk to people. It seems to be somewhat like a communication channel. That second force field is still shut, so you haven't gotten full away, and you're just in the decompression area. And then as soon as Kronos, have you left the surface of the asteroid and gone into the decompression chamber?
Yeah. I'll. You know what? I will. Shit. I can't. Can you cast invisibility on Bryn? Because then I can tag Curry.
No, just let this giant ass barbarian kick her way in and be like, "Hi, everybody."
No, I
Damn
gave up invisibility because I didn't need it.
Yep.
And we never used it.
Right.
Till this exact moment.
I can make her dark.
I can.
That's not racist.
Hold on. I can.
What?
I can cause a numbing frost to form. That's not gonna help us. That's all I got.
What's the light situation inside this place? Is it like bright light?
Is there
No,
a
it's-
flame?
Oh god.
It's not like fluorescent dentist office bright, but it's relatively well lit. There are shadows here and there, so it's not it's not fluorescent light everywhere, but it's lit. It seems like whoever is here has it lit for themselves and or other people.
Is it like the overhead lights are actually working, or is it like work lights like on a tripod?
From where you can see right now, it seems like work lights,
Okay.
like floodlights or something like that. But
Does someone want to
to
make them fire so I can do I can make fire dance and freak them out, because that's the other thing I have.
The point is not to freak them out.
Well, shit. That's all that I got. All I can be is freaky and loud.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Everyone get fucking close. I'm going to cast magical darkness.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
on.
Myself.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
And I mean, if you're all standing close to me, my silent step aura. How far does it radiate? Like out around?
It's
me?
5 foot, so the people they have to literally be adjacent to you to get the benefit, like holding
So
your
we-
hand. Basically,
Hold on, wait.
we get together in a tiny little compact.
Hold on.
Not for me. I have stealth.
I'll jump on Kronos' back and then just jumps on my back.
Oh god. Then we could wrap a coat around us.
You have horse ladder.
That's a trench coat.
What about Kirby?
And then Kronos will jump
Oh.
on Kirby. Because Kirby's in power armor.
Oh god.
Likelihood he could carry us is a lot greater.
I'm so glad that this was the encounter that we've been leading to for like 20 fucking episodes.
Okay, hold on.
We're
Okay.
Larry Curly mowing this shit.
No, it's fine.
You
We have
knew
Kirby.
what this was.
Kirby is
Kronos will
Shemp.
Kronos will koala on one side. Bryn will koala on the other side. Dis will koala on the back.
I don't need it.
But we have to touch you, don't we, in order to get darkness?
No.
No.
Just
There's a
stand-
radius.
Yeah, the radius of the darkness.
Well, then
you
I
can
guess
stand
just walk
around.
near you. It's far less
The
fun.
silence is
whatever.
the only thing that is like needing the close proximity.
As you guys get in there and start casting the spell, the back force field shuts, and that's sorry, I'm laughing at Roxy's comment. I can't
Johnny,
help
I
the
need you
visual.
to draw that. I need Johnny to draw that. That'd be fucking hilarious.
I'm not in the trench coat, motherfucker. It's Kirby, it's Bryn, and it's Kronos.
This is on my back. Don't let them.
Fuck's
Don't let
sake.
them.
The force field shuts behind you, and you guys are now essentially trapped in the decompression chamber between two force fields and that little communication channel. The light goes from blinking to solid, and you just hear the words like, "I didn't expect more than one. Are you the player?"
Whose fucking idea was this shit?
I'm going to, in my most suave voice possible.
So give me an intimidation roll. No, I'm just kidding.
Do I well, it's not deception.
Asian, wouldn't it?
Persuasion,
Trying-
yeah, you can.
Trying
Or
to be
performance.
persuasive that you're suave.
Performance is cool because I kind of let performance be rolled for certain in place of
I-
other things because you can.
I'd rather it be
Kinda like
intimidation.
Yeah.
Looking at my bonuses.
To be or not to be.
They're asking about a player, which tells me, I'm saying this through the psychic link, our neural link, which tells me that they're a little more aware, and they're aware that they're in a game.
15 plus either 10 or 15. It's up to you. Whether it's persuasion or intimidation.
So 25 or 30.
Yes.
No, it's I'll say you said suave. I was joking when I said intimidation, so we'll go with the persuasion, which I think is 25, which
Yes.
is still pretty good. But what do you say?
Well, yes.
That's it. That's all.
I'm pausing for dramatic effect.
That was one hell of a pause.
Dramatic.
Wow, that pause though.
You just hear like before you start again, before you cut him off, there's just like a little like.
I'm buffing nails. I'm buffing nails on my
in
armor.
your darkness.
Yes.
In the darkness.
Well, yes, I am. Many of us here are. And who might you be?
Oh, true. That's not. You're not lying. The voice comes over and he says, "Well, I believe you already know who I am in terms of name. I am Perry Schuler, and I was programmed to dispense knowledge, and I rather don't like it. So, what is it you want?"
Several things.
Yeah, I'm assuming the box is one of them.
I could be inclined to complete our business on that front, certainly.
Last we left off there, before we get to any other matters, it was 3,500, I believe.
I thought you wanted to keep it once we were rid of it.
If you agree to those terms, yes, but
I'd really
Believe you
prefer
told me.
that whatever wretched thing is inside of it find a permanent home in the center of the sun.
what if it
What
were
is
to find a permanent home in nothingness?
Is this like a esoterical question, or did you have some specific nothingness in mind?
Well, nothingness in the sense of a sandwich becomes nothing after you eat it and digest it.
So you're gonna eat it.
That sounds quite the valuable meal.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
If you have what I think you have, it is something I need to
In
try
order-
to escape this place.
Ah, I see. And what would you do if you did escape?
Make a life for myself and start my
Settle
own business
down?
in the real. No, I would not settle down. I would start a business. That is the opposite of settling down. Have you ever run one?
I've burned them. I've stolen from them. I've frequented them.
That's all you players do, right?
I'm just sitting here
Meddle with
smoking,
things.
looking at Des, just listening to this exchange.
I think I had a lemonade stand in the Underdark once.
Oh my gosh.
Where
Underdark.
the fuck you get lemons down in the Underdark?
We don't ask those questions.
What is it? It's Quagga Fury.
There's nothing down there but dark elves, beholders, and worms. So
It's
do the
fine.
math.
It's yellow. We don't gotta talk about it yet.
It's yellow and bitter.
Just
That's
walk
all that
off my
matters.
hands, smoking my.
I never tasted it, so I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Oh, shit. I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'll be right back. Well,
But yeah,
while this-
when you say that, if you actually do mention that or whatever as a joke, he kind of a slight chuckle, but then asks, "What is the Underdark?"
It's a very magical place of darkness and horror. It's
Where?
not a place to visit. They're very they will kill you if you look even slightly different. A lot.
Are you sure you're a player?
Well, I mean, I don't want to talk about belt notches or anything, but
I think we have much to discuss. And then the force field drops. None of you can see that except this, because I think this can see in her darkness. But
I can't.
Well, I
Oh,
see
you
in magical
can with-
darkness, yeah.
yeah, you can too. So you can too. But Bryn is just like holding on to this. Can we see yet? No, I'm just kidding.
What's going on? I can't see. Yeah.
It doesn't strike me as particularly effective magical darkness.
Well, it kind of seems like there was almost no point, since
It does seem like that. So I believe I'm going to stop concentrating.
as you do.
Because I mean, I'm standing there, you know, in the magical darkness, smoking.
Smoke
so the
doesn't.
magical.
Smoke doesn't help the darkness. What are you doing? Oh my god.
You're not getting... Stop it! Stop it!
The orb disappears, and it's the four of you standing there. The force field in front of you is now dropped. The force field behind you is still humming, blocking you off from the void of space and your ship. And you cannot teleport in this area, so that means you cannot teleport out of here as well.
Yet.
Yet. I know you. I think I know what you're thinking because I thought about it the other day. And I was like, "Oh, that's actually pretty cool." But we'll see if that happens. When you go in, you can go ahead and pull up the map for here real quick. As that force field drops, and the magic drops, the darkness drops, you can kind of hear that jackhammer going off in the background, kind of echoing through the cave. And as you guys kind of turn that slight corner, you see into what looks like a...
Shave, we can't both share at the same time. You're muted.
I just said, oh, right, and then damn.
Oh.
Okay.
But, yeah, so you guys round the corner. You see there's what looks like a zombie with the pitchfork, and a zombie that's got the mining chisel, the jackhammer. And they're sort of going at the walls there.
Where are we coming in from, by the way?
The bottom.
Okay.
And those are the two miners there at the bottom. One of them is sort of the guy with the pick seems to be going on either side of this kind of another what looks like stone coming out of the wall, but it's kind of like bleached white. There's looks kind of like ivory almost, or some kind of ivory. Maybe not exactly normal bone, but it's some kind of bone almost. And if you ran the corner into the facility, it's sort of like a very sterile place. It's not a whole lot of seams in the walls. The lights are just sort of these drones that are hovering right on the outside of the walls, right in front of them. It's kind of soundless, except for when the lightning strikes again, you hear just this loud thundering boom that rocks the facility and echoes through it. Let's see.
Oh, how'd you do that?
I downloaded it.
Nice. Where are you guys proceeding forward? Is there anything specific you want to do, or are you just waltzing right in?
I'm proceeding forward. The guy who runs this place basically just invited us in.
Yeah, he said we have stuff to talk about, so we might as well walk in and taking a look around as we're walking in.
I'm still going to
investigating everything.
You can give me an investigation check. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm still going to be a few hexes ahead.
Okay,
that's fine.
Heard.
Since I'm a rogue, and my shadow dude's going to be like 2 hexes ahead of me. We're not going to talk about my familiar that's sitting on my shoulder right now.
What is it? Did you make it a owl still, or is it Raven again?
Raven. Fuck it.
Raven. Heard. Okay. So the aesthetic is back.
Yes. You said we're rolling investigation?
Yeah, investigation or perception, whichever one. So, investigation if you're gonna actually like pick stuff up or go to maybe touch a console and walk up and start going through stuff. Perception if you're just eyeballing.
All right, so perception is what I will.
This was all for some person. Some person was like, this dialogue needs Skyrim music. I was like, hold up, I can find it.
Oh my god, this isn't copyrighted music, is it?
Perception.
Oh, it's
10 plus 12.
Okay.
What plus 12?
All right.
10 plus 12, 22.
So 22. In this.
Or is it loud?
No, 33 for perception, 28 for investigation.
Okay. So, Kronos, as you're going around and you guys are walking up those first stairs, you see that they're in here. These are not zombies. These are people in... Well, at first you think they're people the way they're moving in power armor, but then when you look at their face, they're moving more like they have sentience than the zombies were. but they are definitely undead of some kind. You don't know if they're like whites or what exactly they are.
That's racist.
But there's these crackers in power armor.
Cracker.
No, but they're undead in power armor, and they're working a console. And Kronos, as you're walking by, you can see that there's a heart monitor on the console, and you can see that with your check walking through that it's some kind of almost medical facility. It doesn't seem to be to bring anyone back to life in terms of the way that you would like bring them back and help them and maybe fix an ailment or anything like that, but is more of just studying, gaining knowledge, and it's pragmatic things. It's just to do the job of reading medical data and possibly some sort of procedure maybe, but then as DIS you get all that same information with your check and with your over 30, and you walk up and start poking on a console next to one of the Dread Guard and kind of watch what he's doing, and they are monitoring some kind of life form on this planet or this asteroid or this chunk of Piri. And as you're kind of going through the console, you pull up like some of the stuff that had brought Perry here, and it's like these highlighted things from all these different passages and religions of this video game world, of like human passages, Goliath passages, orcs, and there's all these similarities, and the main similarity is two things: a primordial being being slain in their creation myth, and the second thing is that primordial being being pregnant when they were slain.
Oh.
And
that's all on the internal thing, by the way.
As you start poking around, you're basically just like putting the feet up on the, and you're like, you know what I mean, like broadcasting everything, and that's the information you get with a 33.
So, can I specifically look and see if there's anything in these religious texts that I'm cross-referencing that has to do with dark elves? Since this is supposed to be a dark elf excavation.
No, this isn't necessarily a dark elf excavation. It's an excavation that's taking place on Piri. When you look around, you don't see any remaining chunks of the temple here because you have the schematics. You kind of know the outline. This doesn't match any of the pieces of the temple. So the temple might be in one of the other chunks or the other pieces of the temple. This seems to be just a random piece of Piri that was maybe in the area near where the temple was. But you haven't seen anything that signifies drow. However, when you do kind of put in the keyword to look through there, you get that in the drow myth, in most of the myths, this was a creator god that was killed. In the drow myth, this was actually a destroyer god, and it had captured everyone and imprisoned them in kind of like a soul siphon, and that's what they believed this universe was. So in the drow text in this game, one of the things is they believe they were lied to in the beginning, and they want to escape. And as you're reading it, it doesn't feel like it belongs in the game.
Like the myth itself, or like the thing that they were fighting against?
The way the people are writing it, it's almost like the people who are writing this down all of a sudden had reason to fight with what they were being told their whole life. Put it that way. It kind of rings to what you almost went through in. And it's funny because we've been calling it the game you're from, and we kind of mentioned EverQuest, but since I'm kind of wanting to use like not real names for things, I just called it Never Ending Quest 2. So yeah, in Never Ending Quest 2, you got similar. There's almost a similar feeling to how like words that are used. It's there's almost like taking ownership. It doesn't feel programmed. So there's just a weirdness to it. But
I'm reading the game fact.
Like, was there supposed to be DLC? I don't get it. No.
This dungeon sucked.
Always.
That's what you get with
clipping stuff out of the main game. Damn it.
Using assets.
I don't like it here, and we should conclude our business quickly. And whatever the fuck this is, we don't want to let out. And if it's his intention to let this out, it's like crossing the streams
Oh, never cross the streams.
at the
Go
urinals
away.
at the ball game. All right. If there's nothing else I can determine from this console,
Yeah.
I'm going to continue moving towards the danger.
So yeah, you've moved.
Monitoring thing on them, is it necrotech? Is it keeping the things alive, or is it I don't know, siphoning off energy with this necrotic energy?
The power armor seems to be human power armor. The undead just seem to be undead, and as you sort of get close and they can tell that you're looking at them, one of the dread guards that was at the console that Dis walked up to next to you and started like messing with. As he sees you looking at him, you see him look over at Dis as Dis walks away, and then look up at you. And there's a sentience in a regard, and for the first time you realize, like, oh shit, like that.
Not just drones.
Yeah, that seemed like there could be a person with individuality there. The way that their undead face, even though the muscles are stiff, kind of cock an eyebrow almost up at the interaction, and you get the sense that this person wants to do something or doesn't like your presence, but can't do anything about it. For me, with your passive insight, that's sort of the almost like, it's almost like get away from my shit, or like you're in my face.
Like, why are you looking at me, fool? Why are you staring at me? Yeah.
Along those, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll nod. I'll just keep smoking and follow this.
Shit, I was going to ask something before I saw this, and I just got a really bad idea.
That sounds about right.
Our grenades don't.
I stole it.
Never mind. I'll save it.
I know what you're thinking.
Do you?
When I said those grenades and the illegal ones, I was like, oh, I shouldn't pick these because it could make problems. But then I thought of all the ways it could be used, and I was like, technically, it could be pretty cool. It could be interesting.
God. No, I was just going to ask two things. One, these grenades don't have like a remote detonation or anything like that, right?
So you could have bought some. So let's say you drop like another like 5 gold, and you can get like 10 remote detonators essentially. So you can trigger them to blow. And there's also remote explosive. It's basically essentially this universe's C4. And I forgot to add it to the list, but it's in D&D Beyond. So if at any point you want to buy those for like actually attacking structures, you can. She didn't have any of that because that's not that's above her pay grade. That's like high grade military shit.
Oh, so we'll steal it when we go to the military base. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
You'll get your det cord then.
But did she have the remote things for the grenades, though?
Yes, yeah, you could have got remotes from her. As I said.
All right, I've subtracted 100 from my sheet. Everyone can remote detonate their grenades. It's fine.
Yep, forever. Forever.
I'm going to leave one under the console.
If 5 would have been 10, it's like 200 remote detonators or some shit, maybe.
Well, these will not be our last grenades, just saying.
Yeah, no, they won't be.
Right.
Where's the... Yeah. A thermite.
Excuse me. And you're setting it where?
Under the console that I was...
Okay.
So I'm going to need to probably sleight of hand it. Because I don't want to have been observed. And for flavor, if I need to help cover this, I can flare my shadowness a little. 14 plus 10, so 24.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, so you place it, no one seems to react. Bryn, as that's all kind of happening, and Kronos and Dis are Dis is up on that copper platform. Kronos is sort of standing next to it, looking up at the Dread Guard. You kind of walk up to, there's these sort of, essentially windows, but they're plasma shields. And you can kind of look into this giant mining cavern. that's open to space, and you can see in there more zombie miners just kind of picking away at the bones in there. And then another minute goes by eventually, and you see the lightning shoot down in there and strike down into a hole and sort of light that area up with this sickly green light. You continue walking, and it's just kind of like a hallway. The facility doesn't really change that much. You got the plasma shield on your left, and then eventually there's like a shielded door and another decompression, like sort of chamber area that leads into that mining area in the hole. And then up north of that is a room. There's also an offshoot that breaks down that they're mining, but up to the top north room is sort of the office, quote unquote office that Perry is in. And if you want to update the map when you move it, we can't see. It's kind of still stuck on that one. Yeah.
So just basically any equipment that looks sophisticated, valuable, or what have you, I'm going to be trying to leave my presence.
Okay, so I'll give me one more for like the airlock door and the consoles that are right there, because there's kind of like a power node you can hit there.
Oh fuck yeah! 19 plus sleight of hand, 29.
All right, dude, that one interesting. Okay, fuck. All right, so you have 2 thermites planted. No one else with their passives is noticing you do it either. Unless anyone wants to try and roll, like say you're watching this just to see you can roll, but no one sees it at the moment. But yeah, eventually you see more Dreadguard up in that room with Perry, and Perry is basically doesn't really look undead to the level of the Dreadguard that he has here. The Dreadguard, their skin is taut and leathery and pale, and sometimes there's like tears in it, and you can see the muscle and moving tendons and stuff underneath. But with him, it's almost vampiric like. He's just sort of sitting at and you've seen vampires obviously before, like undead ramen and all that. So it looks similar to that, but there's an elegance to it. It's less feral than the vampires you've seen. And he's just sort of sitting there at the table going over a data pad, doesn't look up, and just kind of goes, so you want the box, I want the demon. Is at least that part a deal? I'd like to get rid of the business first and just get it out of the way.
We want the box. I acknowledge the fact that you want the demon. What does me being insane enough to give you the demon do to the price?
I reimburse you.
In what way?
I give you your down payment back.
So the 3,500 is a down payment.
If you bring me back the box with the demon in it, yes.
I put 3,500 gold on the table.
And he kind of now looks up at you and goes, before we conclude this part of business, do you at least know how to use it? Do you know you need the demon's name? Full name? And I guarantee you, you've obviously met this person before. I guarantee you they didn't give you their real name. Do you know how to get a demon's real name?
I'm assuming some kind of urethral torture or...
Just sort of smiles and he goes, maybe you are a player. From my memory, I shouldn't have, because it's supposed to be wiped every time there's a reset. I think you don't understand what it's like to not have any control. And you get there's like this sense, he thinks that you're a player, and from what you can understand, that means kind of what Kirby was and what Kronos are. People who can just do whatever they want and jump around. And he seems extremely offended or mad at the idea of someone just coming around and doing whatever they want, shutting them off, and basically using them like a toy. And that look, Kronos, you pick up on that immediately. But as you and him are sort of having this conversation, you kind of pick up on that a little bit too, Dis. So he thinks you have free will, like a player, and he's sort of staring at you after he says that, and goes.
He thinks he does. He thinks you don't know what it's like, does?
Really?
That's what I'm getting.
Well, I've scanned all of you since you've been here. This one points to Bryn.
Without consent, thank you.
I mean, you didn't ask to place that thermal detonator or that thermite charge under my console either, did you?
I'm not going to ask to cleave your head from your body either, no.
You could.
It's all
I'd be
about
back.
In Minecraft.
Ooh, he'd be all blocky.
So he points, he goes, this one, fiery though she may be, isn't quite awake yet, are you? Things still feel adrift, like you don't belong. I can see it in the makeup or the code. You points to Kirby and goes, you're an interesting mishap. Maybe playing with some things you don't understand. Seems like you've been disassociated. And it sort of looks at Kronos. Speaking of disassociation, this one's dangerous. And for you, and Lig's looking at Dis now, you realize you're supposed to be the chosen one, the one who saves us all, but you're what? Maybe some species, adolescents, picking sugar out of your ass?
Oh my gosh!
What does that even mean?
That must be a local colloquialism. we'll look that one up later. Just go.
I turned to Kronos. I'm like, is that a poop joke?
Is that a poop joke?
No, you get the sense he's calling you an adolescent, an immature.
Well, I mean, I'm not that old.
In your ass.
How old are you? And where are you really?
How old and what are I?
How old are you and where are you really?
How old am I and what am I really?
Where
are you?
Why are you not here?
Really?
Because the music is so fucking distracting.
Oh my gosh.
I was in my zen. I was like,
I'm in my elf trance. What's going on?
I know, right?
Pulling a fucking
I don't
guy
know.
on
What
the
am I
couch
now,
on
like
us.
70? It's hard to keep track.
I mean,
70. What species?
No, I'm like, yeah, 70. Well, let's see. I was 55. Hold on. Math isn't my forte. Give me a second. I say that seriously. Math isn't my forte.
well, I mean, are you going? You should be going mentality wise. Don't go physical body wise. Reality for.
Go mentality though. We're gonna be talking like 5.
Okay.
You asshole.
Lived experience wise, perhaps.
Okay, that's better. That's better.
Yeah.
Life
lived
experience. Yeah.
Life experience wise. There you go.
I don't know.
Look,
Late teens? Ish?
I may not like what I have discovered to be my reality, but some of you are waking up. Some of you are playing God. All I'm asking for is a chance to exist.
I have no disagreement with anything's right to exist, provided it is not up to fuckery.
And
Do you
you're not?
understand what I mean by fuckery?
I assume all sorts of things.
Well, I'm not talking about butt stuff,
Are you sure?
Mr. Sugar in your crack or whatever the fuck you just said. Look,
taking sugar out of your ass.
Kirby's like, get it right, damn
does
it.
sugar grow in creatures' asses? I look at Kronos. Is that?
I mean, there are a lot of different realities.
I'm
Not
frightened
in any
now.
that I've been to, but I can't say that I've been looking. So,
I don't know.
don't
You seem
know.
like you get around.
Oh my gosh.
You're a man of the worlds.
So,
Look, some of us are from games. Some of us aren't. Some of us are awake. Some of us less so. All I am trying to explain is that if you're up to death, destruction, and chaos, we're going to need to have an additional conversation. If you're a live and let live kind of guy who just wants to finish waking up, get the fuck out of this place before it falls apart at the seams, which it is probably doing soon, then that's another story entirely. But first, we need to have a discussion about what exactly you meant that I'm some kind of savior. Oh, I'm sorry, chosen one.
Oh God, yeah! Don't tell her.
Shh, 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 shh. I just make the...
You're a kid. Well, you say you're 70 or something, but to my knowledge, most of you players are adolescents, or at least adolescent-minded, from what I can tell.
I look at Kronos and nod.
You get
Resemble
the
that remark.
sense
I
he
mean,
does
resent
not
that
like.
remark.
You guys just look at Kirby.
I lean into Kirby. Were you like 14 or...
17.
That's so awesome.
He looks at Kirby and he goes, "Then on to my second offer. I can fix your solution or your problem in a number of ways. You can either be really here, like your friend, the dead one, and you guess he's talking about Kronos with the skull face, and he goes, or I could put your mind back where it belongs, or your soul back where it belongs, and your mind would stay here, adrift in an avatar like this one." And he looks at Dis, because hasn't made the connection that Dis isn't a sentient avatar. And he goes, "It's up to you, and the only price I ask is you take me with you when you leave." And Kirby just kind of like looks at you guys and just goes, "I think I have to go. We have to have a group chat, right?" And in the Neuralink, Kronos, you're like, "That's what he says. Like, that's what you said last time, right? With the like just we got to talk this over, right? Which is something we should totally talk about."
Is this where we huddle up in a circle with arms over each other's shoulders, like in a football game? We huddle.
I mean, it's either
Kirby
that or we just kind of stare blankly at this motherfucker
yeah.
while we have a conversation within our heads. So,
Gotta go for that. Oh my gosh, can we do that?
I mean, I just keep standing there smoking, just blankly staring at him while we're having this conversation. Fine.
I'll just hold up one finger. Excuse us.
Lightning strikes again.
By the way, can you stop that?
No, I can't.
Why?
Because if you guys don't make it out of here and take me, that might be my only option, is to collect as much energy resource as I can.
What?
To punch a hole.
Where is the pregnant thing in the hole?
No. Are you talking about the Nyogi?
Yes. No, he's not talking about the Nyogi.
Oh.
I'm talking about the thing with the heartbeat on the monitor.
Yeah, the primordial being.
Yeah.
What did you say again? Sorry.
I was asking if the pregnant thing was in the hole.
Oh, he looks at you.
You already answered.
Yes. Yeah, yes, it is.
Is it what's drawing energy?
No, actually, that's my. I mean, technically, it's a defibrillator. Just a really, really big one.
So you're directing lightning to batteries, and
Well,
you're going to.
specifically necrotic energy to an unborn primordial heart, but yes.
I gotta hand it to you. That is some uniquely Frankenstein shit that I ain't seen in a while in my travels. So hats off to you.
I turned to Kronos. Hey, player, why don't you have a discussion with player 2? Very obvious wink. Like hammed up wink at Kirby. Why don't you have a discussion with player 2?
Right.
About this choice.
Perfectly clear, Mickey. Just let me confer with my colleague. All right. I just I walk over and I just to Kirby. So what kind of I mean, and in the Neuralink, what kind of havoc can this motherfucker wreak if we take him out into reality?
Honestly, I don't think he's going to be much worse than anything else. Manos is definitely something we don't want getting in. Manos, bad. This guy, I don't know, because he's technically, I think, created by some weirdo in the late 80s in my universe. I mean, I don't. It depends on what a person.
You remember the 80s? I mean, it was coke fueled, and there was a lot
Well,
of creativity going around. But yeah,
we could unless, I mean, think about it. He was programmed, right? And he's woken up, and he's still. Maybe he might follow the basic programming, or maybe he's his own complete person. I don't know how this works, but
he seems to be very self-aware and very indignant of having been used as a tool in the game. Perhaps if we show him the level of courtesy we give every autonomous being, and make an ally, because he seems like he's harnessing some very powerful energies here.
And you said you weren't a fan of Star Trek.
Diplomacy. They look back towards me. I'm sitting at the table with my feet up, just talking to Perry.
Can't get anywhere if you can't get anywhere in the universe. You ain't willing to talk to people.
Well, let's just look up his programming then. So Kronos, give me an investigation. You'll have advantage because both your goggles and because he's helping. And as you're talking with Perry, your feet up, Perry puts his hand on the table, kind of waves it, and you see an arcane sigil appear, and then it sort of flashes blue, and the light kind of goes up in this large like blue pillar. You kind of can't see what's in there on the sigil, and as it drops back down, there's just sort of like almost like a security lockbox. And he goes, slides it over to you as he kind of takes the money back to him, and goes, "So I really am curious though, where are you from?"
3 games over.
Quite literally. All right, so 17 plus 6.
Fuck it. I point at Kirby, and I point it at Kronos, and I say player. Character.
But and you can see he's sort of looking, and he has the same look in his eye that you guys have when you're in your Neuralink doing stuff on like your quote unquote your invisible data pad, your mental neural pad. And he's sort of sitting there for a second, goes, I overlooked this. I thought because it was Drow that, but no, you're not from this game.
Drow, from what I've been reading, not an uncommon race in terms of games. They're not quite human levels of common. No offense. But yeah.
That's all right. I don't mind being a commoner.
Well, if you're not a player, I'm sorry for the hostility before.
Look, we're in a similar boat, except we escaped our shitty game and got trapped in this shitty game.
Yeah.
So there's a spark of light when you say that first part, and then the other part is sort of like bites him again. It's like, ooh, okay, yeah.
But
what was your check though, Kronos? You had said it, but I didn't hear it there.
it's 23, 17 plus 6.
Oh, 23. Okay, so as that conversation is going on, and they're talking about their origins a little bit, long ago in the future of the 80s.
I can hear the synth wave now.
You get the sense that he's not even, so he's like a kind of a lowly NPC in the game. He's one of those secret characters who can find really good stuff. Always seems to know the secret things if you ask the right trees. So, follow the right trees, do the right things. Right. He was programmed as sort of that secret Easter egg character, and in the code, he's supposed to be like the most brilliant man in the galaxy. He's actually found a way to cheat death.
Nice.
Yeah. So apparently
he's not Patches, is he?
No.
Okay.
you start cross-referencing fucking Soulsborne games.
Yeah, I'm just like, wait a minute.
Fuck.
Hang on a second.
Speaking of that hole out there, there's a treasure at the bottom. Down.
Yeah, exactly. No, I've seen this movie before. Fuck you. Is there? Here, why don't you go?
I'm not sending my familiar in there.
No, anyway. I always wanted to kick Patches down the fucking thing. Anyway. Beware, Patches.
Okay.
All right, so anyway, little damage that he could do in the real world, and he just wants to exist. I don't see why not. And if his help could be useful in tracking down and deleting Manos once and fucking for all, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah. So have you run across any sentient programs that did not seem like they were from this game? What did he look like last time we saw him over in that port cargo bay?
Like a massive
Manos? Manos looked like a bunch of like pieces of robots and droids and stuff like that were just sort of coalescing. Oh no, you guys went to that's far. That was in the Rebel base or whatever, the Kronos ship.
Yeah,
you're talking about when they teleported out, right?
Yeah.
He actually just had like a security droid body, like the rest of them, like because you only knew that they were you guys because they had all your gear and were talking like you. They technically all had like because they were just security droids that woke up in the facility.
Actually, I'm going to ask Perry, can you see code?
I have a way to access it, yes. And it's because you already asked that question, and when you said that, there was a smile that crept over his mouth when you asked about code that didn't seem like it was from here. And he says, early on, one of my salvage ships had sent me some readings on something they found, and I told them to claim it and bring it in. And it had gotten confiscated from the High Crown. And then I had heard about, what was it? So there was and then I had heard about the attack on the facility in Zaloon. And in that, she goes over the readings that he found and kind of just starts to describe the same thing that you guys appearing, then the signature that you guys have been following in terms of like the flux signal. Mm-hmm. And he goes on that from there, it seems like there's actually two almost twin codes or cousin codes. They're close to each other, but different, almost like one's been around much longer. They're competing. One is trying to stitch this game reality to the real world. And the other one is trying to stitch this game verse to other games. And I've been plotting to try and maybe explore those other games once I've had enough power and feel that I won't be annihilated once I start exploring. But I need to find a way out, and I need power to do that. So I believe it's referred to as God mode.
Yes.
Up. Down.
Mm-hmm.
So what?
Hey, have
Left,
we
right.
tried that yet? Does that? Hang on. Hang on.
Have we tried that?
Have we tried that yet?
Well, it's not as simple as just inputting a code. Hence, why I have unearthed a dead primordial. I'm trying to literally gain God mode.
So if we agree to take you with us, can you stop zapping whatever the fuck that is? Because I feel deep in my code that is gonna fuck shit up.
Oh no, I assure you that as soon as it's reborn, it will be re-dead. I will devour its essence, its undead essence.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you managed to gain sentience like that? You just started eating the essence of other creatures?
We got some Agent Smith shit going on right here.
So when you look in when you looked at his code, he was already programmed to be an undead. That's the whole him figuring out how to beat. Like he became essentially a lich.
Okay.
And so with that, he's basically just trying to power himself. But because he's a lich, he can't just use radiant holy energy or anything like that. He has to specifically use undead necrotic energy or risk annihilating himself according to the rules of the reality he was born into.
Right.
So
okay.
He's trying to find a workaround to basically get enough power to either find an exit in one of the other games, or because he's following both codes, both Manos code trails, which is it's news to you that there's another Manos code. That's news. You guys only knew of one. So there's another thing you found out. He's trying to either punch a hole out from this game verse or go to one of the other game verses and find another way out, however that may be. But hearing that Dis and Bryn have come from another game, it's you can see that there's like a spark in him that wasn't there when he was just sitting and talking to you earlier. There was almost like a apathy in his voice. Now that there's like a little bit of hope you can kind of see in him, especially with the passive.
That he might actually be able to get out of this fucking place.
Yeah, it's like, I theorized that this is possible, so I'm going to work towards it, because what other fucking choice do I have? And now I've seen that it's possible because the proof is standing in front of me.
And now I have actual physical evidence. Yeah.
So I'm still waiting to hear a decision from the player gallery.
I mean, I'm okay with taking him with us and helping him out. You know.
Okay.
If he, I mean, we have similar goals, getting out of this reality.
Then since I don't believe in just blanketly saying yes, let's put some caveats.
Okay.
I turn to Perry.
Mm-hmm.
If we take you with us when we leave, because we're going to leave. If we take you with us, it would be on the condition that you help us leave, that you freely share information, that we pool resources to get the fuck out of here before this place goes tits up. I learned that. Did you like that, Kronos?
That's a good one. Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
That this isn't just you're buying 5 square feet of passage, that you actually contribute. And that you let that fucking thing in the hole die, because that is freaky, and I am scared of it, and I don't want to ever see it.
As you say that, there's another lightning strike, and he sort of looks and goes, "Deal." And I can assure you that I do not want to harm anyone. Once I find a place I can call home, if I can cure myself, I will. I don't even know if I will be this when I leave. But undeath isn't fun. Let's put it that way. I want to be able to taste food and enjoy it again one day.
Oh, I was 2 vampire bites in. Yeah. So glad that didn't carry over. That I know of.
That you know of. Want to go back to Susaria's
Dun, dun,
throat?
dun,
I'm just
dun.
kidding. And the third and final bite.
God damn you! Kill the ramen.
So the lightning strikes again, and he says, like, I can assure you that it will die. I don't want to harm anyone when I find a new reality, and I agree to your terms. I will help you pull whatever resources I can to help us get out of here. I will look up whatever information, access whatever you need.
So, other than hurting its pee-pee, how do we get the demon's real name?
Sorry.
Can I see the cursed item you wish to cleanse? I don't need to hold it. I just need to look at it for a moment.
That would be your ring, Bryn, not your head.
This ring?
That's how Bryn shifts the ring over real quick. And it just puts
Hold up. No, this is how good it is, right? It doesn't even fit. And I'm like, that ring?
And he just kind of like looks at it and goes, yes. His eyes flash over, and then there's sort of these runes that light up on the ring, similar to like Lord of the Rings, how the writing like lights up on it, so it's on the outside, and he goes,
One demon to rule them all.
It is the Dreamweaver. This is good news. So,
Dreamweaver.
The next time you find yourself in one of his traps, I'll be there. And you can see he like waves his hand, and there's on the ring, you can see a little arcane mark gets put on over where so the writing kind of goes all the way around it, and like sort of this like red writing, but then there's sort of like a purple, almost arcane mark sigil that's just stamped on the front of it, and as it gets stamped on from that sigil, the writing on it sort of fades. And he was like, next time you have this encounter, I'll be there, and I'll be focusing on drawing him to us. You just make sure we don't die.
So how do I make sure does the box have to come with us, or does it need to be in her proximity when she's...
So
how do you use it?
When we find his name, you'll have to dispel the ring enchantment on her, remove the ring from her. And as they're saying this, Bryn, your heart is just like beating, and you're like on the verge of wanting to rage as they're talking about taking your ring off.
She gets... I lay a hand over hers. She gets it back, right?
Oh yes. The ring will be fine, unharmed. The demon will be trapped in that box. You simply take the ring out, and as soon as you take the ring out, the ring will be dispelled, and you can just simply give me the box, and I can be on with my meal. And as for this one, what shall it be? Ooh, I'm sure your friends don't want you, disassociating on them and losing yourself completely. It seems to have at least a little regard for your safety.
We love Kirby. Long time.
And Kirby kind of looks and is like, and he's sort of like nonchalantly moving around the giant cat power armor. He's like, I kind of like the power armor, but he's right. I would like to eat something again.
So does this involve him having a new human Kirby-like body?
It can, Harry says, and Kirby goes, yeah, that's what I'm going over. He said that he could bring my body here like Kronos, or he can basically reincarnate me into a new avatar. So the question is, if I'm reincarnated into a new avatar, will I be cleric still? And Perry goes, like, you could be. You could be whatever you want. I could pull some strings in the reincarnation. Just let me know. And Kirby goes, like, but what about my body? When my body comes back, then what? He's like, well, that's a little more complicated. The magic is easier for me to cast, to be honest, but there's less variables in some ways, more variables in others. But you'll be whatever you were in that world. It'll be you. And Kirby, the power armor sort of just kind of like goes limp for a moment as he thinks, kind of like looks at you guys and goes, if I come back, I won't be able to heal you. At least if I come back. But if he sends my soul back and it's just my mind. I could be like whatever I wanted and still be your cleric. So the call's on you guys. As long as I'm
No,
not
it's
going to go
not.
crazy.
No, it's not. This one, you make yourself.
100%. We have the staff of healing, and I can brew potions for us.
We will find a way.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I didn't like my other life anyway. I want my body back. He just. So essentially, on that slab that they're on, Kirby like gets up on it and extends his power legs and sort of like kicks some shit off, and Perry goes like, that was really unnecessary.
I grabbed the box and kind of hold it to the side. Jesus Christ, man.
Sorry, I'm just a little excited. It's like all the gizmos and starts whirring as he's getting on the fucking
Have
table,
something
moving
with
around.
mage hand.
Can we keep the armor though? Because that was pretty cool armor. We could have
Oh
like
yeah,
a
nothing
fighting
will
robot.
happen. Nothing will happen to that. He's like,
Well,
I can still wear the
Kirby
armor.
can wear the armor now.
Okay, this is disgusting and abhorrent to say, and I resent it.
Chaotic neutral, maybe. Definitely not neutral good.
No.
Definitely not neutral good. That's like straight up, I turned into a druid. Still.
No.
Chaotic neutral, maybe. Are you chaotic evil? Is that the evil you are, or are you lawful evil? Neutral good confirmed.
I used to be like evil. I don't think we ever really said that I was evil.
Yeah, this system doesn't really go into the whole. It's there, but it's only there in name. It's not really used that much.
It's arbitrary anymore.
Yeah,
I don't even see it anywhere on my fucking sheet. So
yeah, it's not on there. It's like in your like where you put like your hair color, I think, and shit now.
Yeah. They kind of downplayed it in this edition.
Yeah.
Neutral evil is what's on my sheet.
Okay, neutral evil, that makes sense. So yeah, damn it. I'm going to go through everyone's name. Kirby gets on the table and sort of gets ready, and Perry goes, you could either watch this show or that show or whatever you'd like, really, but you could even assist if you'd like, but I don't need much from you, and I'm going to go ahead and proceed with this. And he puts his hands out over Kirby and kind of slaps them together and starts like writing sigils and shit. And as he does that, the room kind of gets this weird purple hue to it as the sigils start taking shape in the air above the power armor that Kirby's in. And you can see the soul that Kirby was, that little will-o-wisp type creature. His soul sort of glides up out of the power armor and starts floating in the middle of those sigils that are sort of forming as he's doing his Doctor Strange dance there.
Silver, it was completely selfish from my point of view, though, because I didn't want to hear Kirby bitch anymore. And I can find a way to make it evil, trust me.
It's very easy.
From a certain point of view.
I'm so happy I get to use the actual campaign Kirby now, because I don't think he was a cleric. I think that one I made the engineer. But, so yeah, if you guys stay here, every now and then lightning will strike outside, and
damn it.
You see the sphere that was that sort of golden will-o-wisp begins to almost become liquid in form. It starts to have a shape to it in a form as it glides back down into the armor. And as it hits the armor, it almost, instead of just going through it in this beautiful ethereal motion, it just plops on and moves around and sinks into the armor, around into like the crevices of the armor like liquid.
So was this actual armor, or was this like a robot? Because I thought it was a robot.
You bought power armor that had a elven neuro link in it that could let it be controlled, basically.
So it was just empty armor. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was empty armor that was controlled with basically an Android module, and you could like basically run an AI system through it. But then you could also wear it as power armor. It was an expensive guard that Leonin had made. Oh, that's what he worked on. He worked on armor. He was an armorer. I couldn't remember specifically what he worked on. Yeah, Danny did not. Hey, I'm gonna be an amorphous blob, so that's pretty fucking.
Then you got to marry Rhea Perlman. Carla from Cheers.
Oh god. and I can claim him here. So after the show goes, there's some time that passes. The lightning strikes a few more times, and the power armor sort of flicks back on and is reinitiated, and stands back up, and he just goes, "Oh, it's cooler than I thought it would be. I'm not gonna lie. You guys want to see? You guys want to see?"
I just lean
Do we
over
have
to
any
Bryn.
shorts that we can toss him?
If he's a ginger, we have to kill him.
That is so rude.
That's
The
you realize that even he can hear you, and he's on the
No,
link as
it
well.
was a joke.
he's the armor like starts faking and pretending, like pantomiming. It's pretty bad. He's not an actor. But he's scared. He's like, "Oh no, I'm so scared," and it almost kind of looks like there's water leaking out of the leg of the Leonin power armor coming onto the ground and pulling out underneath it. And he's like, "I'm so scared," and then the power armor shuts off, and you can hear the voice coming from the puddle. He's like, "I'm so scared."
Oh my gosh. Oh
Did
my
you just
God.
pee yourself?
Kirby?
Kind of. And then you get like the little the neural net from that links up with the power armor, because the power armor has been linked into that since Kirby's had it. And he's like, "Guys, I'm ooze."
What?
Really?
What?
Yeah, he said just think about. He was in my head. He's like, just think about what you want to be. Think about what you want to be. And like, I mean, it was kind of a joke. It worked though.
Oh my gosh, Kirby.
Are you a slime?
Yeah, I'm a plasmoid.
You're a jello?
Yeah.
Oh god.
And he's talking all through the neural net. Anytime he actually talks as the plasmoid, it sounds like this.
Never speak in your natural voice again.
What's wrong with it?
I turn to Perry. I'm like, is there a do-over available? I mean,
I can do it over, but that's going to run you 15,000 gold.
I'll take it for. I point to Kirby. I'll take it from him. I don't care.
Joke's on you. Have to be willing.
Kirby, are you happy in this body? This is not your original body, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Oh
So
god.
the puddle sort of like jumps up and turns into a like humanoid shape and form, of kind of not similar to the Kirby avatar you guys knew. And he goes like, and he basically says like, well, technically I'm not Kirby and never was Kirby, but for the sake of ease, you can still call me that. I like the name. I picked it for a reason. But
What's your actual name?
Steve.
Oh,
Okay,
fucking Steve! Motherfucking Steve! Oh my gosh, this fucking callback. Oh, Kirby, I love you and hate you at the same time right now. You fucking bitch. For anyone who doesn't know, I just have to say this. For anyone who doesn't know or doesn't remember, the thing that started this whole idea of Dice Names and Dudes was something way forever ago where Kirby wanted to do a D&D, and the motherfucker that drove everything was Steve.
Oh my god.
And he was an asshole, and he fucked everything up, and he was a huge pussy.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to play a DM NPC. They're not supposed to be.
And that's why I'm really, really happy that Steve's back, but I'm also like, you fucking bitch. Fucking Steve. Oh, I love it. Okay.
He's a purpose problem. He's always a problem. He's never
He
the
is
solution.
always a problem. He is
But he's
never
getting
not
better.
a problem.
He's learning. He's learning.
Is he? Is he?
But he goes like, and so I can't heal, and technically I left that part of the program open. What I'm saying is I don't have a character right now. I have a body, but I don't have a character. I'm kind of doing that right now. So, party vote. What class?
Well, I'm gonna turn to Perry. So you're a.
Oh,
I like
this
my-
part. This part's not me. I just did the resurrection.
Oh,
No.
no. I
What
don't
are
want
you
anything
if
to
you're
do
going to be with
this.
us?
Yes.
That's all you. Go on.
I'm asking
What
your
if you're going to be with us? What is your
class.
specialty?
Oh,
So,
contact? That's what you're asking?
what do you do?
He's a mage?
I hit stuff. What do you do?
Specifically, I'm specialized in magic items. I am
Oh,
actually an archaeologist.
Oh, we need to
Or,
talk.
well, supposed to be. There's these memories I have that feel like they're there, but they're not real. And it's
Might want to ask him about
disconcerting.
the other Piri chunks then.
Yeah. First, I'm going to ask him. So if you're an archaeologist and all this kind of stuff, can you by any chance move enchantments from one thing to another?
Oh, easily.
Really? Because you see, and I pull out my karambit. I've got this karambit.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
He
Shit.
his eyes flash again, and he goes, "Oh, that is
Ooh.
quite the item."
It is.
Seems you're all carrying. I mean, that makes sense actually, but very
Yeah.
nice.
Reality
So just like
hopper.
looking around at all of your stuff as he casts like seed magic or whatever, detect magic.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at all my shit now, and I'm thinking, Jesus, do I really want to stack all my
So-
shit on one thing? What
But
if I
there
lose the
also
thing?
there is one enchantment that you were thinking about that I don't know if you're looking at. Excuse me. Sorry, that snuck out.
Enchanted burp.
The starship.
Oh, yes.
Folded boat.
You see, there's this boat.
So you pull out like the little foldy boat.
Yes. So do you see the enchantment on this?
Oh yes, it's frictionless. Interesting.
And it's in a box and tiny.
I noticed that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
pulled that boat out of your pocket.
Yeah,
Well,
I
out
did.
of a bag.
Sorry.
Out of my pocket.
It was 1,000% the tone. He's like, you pulled it out of your pocket.
Yes.
Yep, right out of that pocket.
Pocket. At least he didn't say you pulled it out of your sack.
Prison wallet.
That's
No.
what I was thinking, Brent.
This isn't. I turned to him. This is not sugar in water.
Oh my gosh.
I did not get this from my crack.
More sugar.
In water. Could you say either move this enchantment to something else or recreate the enchantment on? I'm looking to shrink a small spacecraft.
Small space. The starfighter? He kind of like looks at you with like, put on starfighter. What are you trying to say right now?
Into perhaps a necklace or
Oh. Bracelet.
Hmm.
Prison wallet.
not prison
Stand up.
wallet.
Stands up and walks to the glass cases behind him. One of them is not broken like it is in this, and you can see behind him there's these are just mundane artifacts. They're not magical in any way, but they are like tiaras and amulets and rings, and they're all from different quote unquote
Bougie
species
shit.
from this video game. Yeah, it's all like ancient bougie stuff. And one of them is a amulet that is a cloaked I think it's a cloaked dagger or a cloaked longsword. I can't remember. It looks like it could be both, maybe.
Oh, you mean
Cloaked-
perhaps a symbol of Zenzarina?
I don't know. Maybe perhaps just kind of like yeah, exactly. What it was. And he's looking over and he goes, "A couple of these are drow.
Ooh, Mom.
If you hold yourself to that identity, I don't know
He
as how I
doesn't know
feel
how
about-
you identify. He's asking.
Well,
What
he
are
doesn't
what are your
identify-
pronouns?
He doesn't identify as freaking what he is, so he's like, doesn't want to assume, but he's like,
Sorry, I don't want to assume your identity. Do you identify as Drow?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
I do.
Species.
I just love that. I love that we just had that in this game. I don't want to assume.
I identify as a
you
drow of
classified as
color.
drow? Negative. I am a meat popsicle.
That's the correct answer. He kind of pulls them out and like, you could pick whichever one you want, and I could blend the enchantment from that, pointing at the boat that I'm assuming is still folded out on the table where Kirby was laying, and whatever starship you have. But that would take some time for me to do, and I am busy at this moment as another lightning strikes. And you guys begin to hear a horrible sound.
Oh, of course we
It
do.
is kind of like that what is it? A calic crying of a baby?
Colic.
Colic, that's
Colic.
what it is. Colic.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And
Oh no.
it's just that, and you can hear it like shake. Start every time that happens, it shakes the facility that you're in, and he goes like, "Well,
Wow.
I have some other business to attend to. So, well, attune is also the right word, to be honest.
To a tuning tend to. Attend to
Attune
tune.
tend.
Really
And,
quickly
he-
before you go spank the baby,
Fucking shit.
I pull up my pad. I show him the artifact that we've been looking for. You see this thing? We thought it was here.
Actually, that's in the sun
How do I get it?
now. Oh, and he starts going at your pad, and he goes, "Oh, it seems you've already narrowed it down a bit. Let me just help you with that." And you see him zoom in on one of the chunks of Piri, and kind of like he like marks it for you, a specific spot on it. And it's actually a rather large chunk. The last two chunks that are floating through are like twice the size of this one, but they're pretty big. And he marks that one for you. He goes, "This one has the remains of the temple, and according to your data, you've already been here. That's the other remains. I do not believe, to my knowledge, which is pretty reliable, at least in this.
Just rather extensive.
Yeah, at least in this world, should be here. How you get it, I actually was not programmed with that answer. That's something the player is supposed to find out in later areas of the game. So
God.
it seems you stumbled upon that rather fast."
Ugh.
Can I ask
No.
why you want it? No.
No. No, you
as
can't.
the baby's crying gets louder and it starts to echo through the
Seriously can't go handle the fucking baby.
Long story short, we need it in order to defeat the bad thing here so we can get back a little piece of something and then we can leave.
Oh, interesting. We shall talk further, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are allowed. You are no longer forbidden. I have. So basically, the way the spell works, or if it doesn't in this, I believe it does. You can basically grant allowance to people. It's kind of like your, like this, kind of like your tower that you have or whatever, Kronos, your mage mansion. It's kind of like that. You can like allow people. So you've basically been given access to teleport freely here. But he does get up from the table and like points with his dread guards, and they all get up and start walking with him and start marching behind him in lockstep. And he opens the airlock and basically tells you guys, like, if there's anything you need, like I said, just contact me.
Yeah, we got your number.
We know where to find you now.
Safe travels. And the airlock door just shuts, and then the other airlock door opens. And as you guys are walking past those plasma shields, you can see that there are these sort of large, misshapen hands that reach up out of the hole and start to lift itself up. And then, kind of similar to the Beholder, this weird, strange, just levitation, this half-born god, covered in viscera, umbilical cord still attached, legs, one leg stubby and kind of dangling, the other leg not formed. It's just sort of like almost like a blob kind of stomach at the bottom.
I don't
It
like
goes over
this.
the umbilical cord, and it's just crying. And as it's crying, you can see like it's not doing necrotic damage, even though it's undead. It's an undead demigod sort of being. It seems to be radiant energy coming from it, and you can see Perry's skin starting to turn like black and almost like what you'd imagine a vampire looking into the sun looks like. And he just begins to cast like this crazy spells. This large arcane sigil begins to like weave in front of him as the Dreadguard just start launching their neck rifles at this, or blasting their neck rifles at it. And as that's happening,
Just throw your rifle at it; it'll be fine.
yeah, right. Just throw it. No, but you can see their green necrotic energy, similar to Bryn's BFG, starts shooting at it. It's much smaller bolts, though. This doesn't seem to be on the level of that at all. But as the crying is getting louder and you can see it climb up out, you can feel that sensation that Kirby was talking about your heart skipping. You can feel it now. As this thing is crying and you hear the sound of the cries reverberate in your body, all the muscles in your chest around your heart begin to like almost skip and flex and sort of shift. And it gets like hard to breathe at times for a moment, and then you can feel that your heart going. So it's like you definitely need to leave at this moment if you don't want some very severe effects to kick in. It feels like.
I collect my grenades on the way out and move at all due haste. Double move.
And as you guys are, and you actually don't have to collect them. You don't have to waste any time doing that. They would have been brought to you. A Dreadguard would have brought them to you during the whole conversation and stuff like that. As Perry told you guys have been found on good terms. But as you're leaving, Kirby basically says like, you know what? I don't know if I want to feel. I don't know if I enjoy feeling. Maybe we can go back to not feeling.
It's too fucking late, asshole.
The choice is made. The slime has come.
Leave the asteroid, board Kronos' ship again, and take off. You still need to leave the nebula, though. So with the same as before, the aiding, it's a singular roll. I need pilot checks. As you fly through a asteroid belt that is constantly moving and shifting it.
Has the lightning at least stopped now?
Yeah, there hasn't been a lightning strike since this thing has been quote unquote resurrected. If you could call undeath resurrection.
I'm assisting.
21.
21
13 plus 8. Did I do that right? 21. Yeah, because 12 would be a dirty 20. So yeah, 21.
Noted. Okay. I'm gonna need the second one, single roll again. Oh, and you get to add a D4 to that. I forgot because Kirby's. You now have a cold wet tendril placed on your shoulder. As you get a D4 added to that.
Disadvantage.
21 plus plus a D.
You get disconcerting. Yeah. So another 21, another 13 plus 8. So then plus 4 to that.
Well, roll a D4 twice for me.
Oh.
One for the first and one for the second, and they're both on 21s.
All right. First D4 is a 1.
So
Second
22.
D4 is a 4.
So 22 and 25, Woodrow.
Okay. 22. Ooh, 25. Okay. I need one more. The last one is you guys. Gotta get out of here.
12. So dirty 20 on that one. Plus.
Dirty 20. Okay.
Plus the D4 plus another 2. So 22 for the last one.
Okay. So there was a fail on the first one, which made the second DC harder. And if you remember, I said what the DCs were.
Yeah.
So the DC on the second one got harder, which made it a failure. And that last one was also so.
If I see him failing, can I take over since I think my piloting is 1 point higher than his?
So this is how the skill challenge works: is he's already made the rolls, and I don't get to tell you necessarily if they're a failure at that moment because the effect for this specific one happens on the last check. So as you're trying to take over in time to sort of calculate for him, you basically cry out, you not cry out, but you feel this intense like, oh shit, we're gonna collide with this one. He doesn't have it this time. You go to try and take control, like you said, but it's not enough. So, Kronos, you guys are in a huge ship. Oh, I actually I'm gonna roll this because this is a lot. Sorry, I didn't realize it was this many. That's probably not what you want to hear.
Not at all.
Okay, this is gonna take my computer a second, I guess. But you collide with one of the larger asteroids, and it rams you into. Did it not?
Death.
Oh, there it goes. And it rams you into one of the other asteroids, sort of like momentarily pinning and twisting the ship. Dude, my computer is going. Okay, there it is. Now, the threshold of your ship is 20,
Yeah.
correct? Okay.
Yeah.
So with the 20, 53 damage goes through as there is a huge collision. Huge collision with the ship. And it's 16d10 that I rolled.
Damn.
Yeah. So 53 damage does go through, which means you'll need repairs, and you have plenty of time to fly in space and repair. Are you going to the gate? I'm guessing you're going back to the gate. Correct.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything else over on this side of space that we need to
No.
go back?
Where
for?
was the chunk he said that would hold? What?
What you
Open
needed?
the. You can open the space map again.
Sorry, I was.
You're good. It is the one that is. So the one that's by the Sun and Felon, the Elven Worlds, Felondir and Rashana, the like closest one to the quote unquote viewer.
Jesus, I can't see shit.
On that big ass TV you're using as a monitor, you can't see nothing.
You are on that big ass TV.
Oh,
My
well,
Photoshop is on my monitor.
Homebrew.
Right.
Bellendeer.
Big.
Okay, down at the cluster of planets. It's the closest one to that. So, hold on.
Okay. What is the? I think the passive perception is 20 on your ship, right? But it should be 25.
So that one.
Yeah, that one. Okay, so boom. What? So as you guys are headed back to the gate to Terrace to get back to the gate of Thumar where the rebel base is there anything you're doing? Or are you just headed straight there? Is any sort of precautions or anything like that you're doing? It's like I said, it's a 6-hour trip.
Go ahead and my new stealth generator is not damaged, correct? I can still.
No, there was no critical systems failure or anything like that with that damage.
So I will go ahead and throw on the stealth, and we'll head, towards.
Minor question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is he trailing anything? Debris, gas, plasma, leaving a residual charge in his wake?
Give me it would be investigation check for the system's computers. And you can use your ship actually for that too, since it's docked with it. You can kind of just scan the area with your ship if you want.
I feel bad that this is unfair, but I rolled a 20.
No, that's good. No, there is no. You are very certain that he's not leaving a trail with from that nebula, other than the minor little traces of gas that come off the nebula, but that very fast dissipates and is no longer a trail.
No, I meant like from the damage.
Yeah, I know what you meant, but I'm saying you've scanned so much that there's nothing. You know that from the damage there's nothing, and there's the only thing you get on the sensors are that little bit of gas that come off the nebula, and then that dissipates and there's nothing. So yeah, you're not leaving a trail. But with that, let's see. You do pick something up, and you said that you put on the stealth generator, so I have to use the lower one of these. You said natural 20. What is it's a 35, I think, right? That makes 35 for you.
Are you asking my investigation, my perception? What are we doing?
It's the investigation for either your ship or Kronos's, and I didn't know which one you were using.
If it's investigation, then it's. Oh, am I going off my sensors or mine?
Yours, and if investigation isn't on your ship, it should be the same as your perception.
Okay.
I see intelligence.
My perception on my ship is plus 11.
Okay.
My perception is plus
Oh,
16.
And
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you can't possibly perceive this. You're using the ship's sensors. That's for around you.
my investigation on my ship is plus 15.
Yeah. But this is the one who rolled, and I didn't know which ship she was.
So
using,
33.
that's why I want. Okay, so 33. Okay, still fucking golden. Okay. With that, because I have to use that because you said stealth generator, so now
I did.
I guess it's not as important because they rolled fucking 19 on their die, and then I had to roll another one for disadvantage, and that was a 9. So that pirate ship had got its systems on, had done its best to guesstimate your trajectory. It's in the area it's at the edge of your long distance, the long distance sensors. It sort of pings as you're kind of doing a full sensor array readout and to see if you're leaving a trail. It sort of pings and you're like, oh, I wasn't even looking for you.
We left a locator on them, though, so shouldn't they show up regardless?
You did leave a tracker. Then yeah, you'd pick them up on the tracker. I forgot you left the tracker.
Yeah, and their life support, I think it was.
In their life support systems, correct. So they would have pinged on your thing as soon as you left that nebula then, actually, which is when you scanned, so it wouldn't have been that big a deal. But yeah, so they don't even get a roll to hide from you, but they're there. You see them.
Are they?
You can avoid them because you don't know if they've picked you up or if they're searching. So you could try to with your stealth sensors or stealth generator, avoid them and just fly past them, or you could engage or whatever you want to do, take their stuff. That's up to you guys.
We want to take their shit.
You want to go take their shit? Is that since they're coming after us again?
I feel like they didn't learn their lesson. I also feel like we're 30 minutes from the end of this episode, and we haven't really fought anything or really achieved the goal that I set out for this episode. So
the goal that you set out, you got your demon box.
Yeah, you got your demon box, and you've got a lead on the thing you need from the sun. I'd say that's pretty moving forward. You just want to go all murder hobo.
Okay, so I'm going to go to my starfighter.
Okay.
And I'm going to... My stealth generator is already on, because otherwise he would have, a starfighter moving sideways through space.
Yeah, I assumed.
I don't want to speak for any. Does anyone else want to come? Or there's gonna be people.
Okay, I'm coming. Clearly.
Or you could stay on Kronos' and pew pew with him. It's up to you.
I'll pew pew with you. I pew pewed with Kronos last time.
Yes, you did.
Don't want you getting jealous.
Too late.
Lack of pew pew time.
I mean, I know you can't swing Axie in the cockpit.
Yeah, it's that's a shame.
It is. So we're gonna detach.
So Enar is gonna stay with Kronos then, because Enar can still fire.
And Kirby's there too.
Yep.
I am not gonna say that Kirby can fire, because let's be real.
Kirby can Scotty. I'm sorry. Steve is going to be with Kronos.
Fucking Steve. Motherfucking Steve.
Mr. Universe is going to be with Kronos. By the way, the crystal gems had better not fucking show up.
Wait, the crystal gems?
Steven Universe.
Oh,
no.
I don't know.
No. Not that, Steve.
All right.
There are crystals. I was like, you confused me. I was like, what? How do you know about that?
I'm going to
reading my notes.
Uh-huh. Well, someone used to have a little spider. Kronos. I'm gonna move diagonally so that we can be approaching from two different stealth vectors towards this ship. Yeah.
There is a space. I think there's a space map in there. I don't know if you have it open, like just a space area map. And it does have both your ships.
I have
you can
that.
Just use, okay, yeah, you could just use the middle ship, the slave ship or whatever, as their ship, and kind of put in where you're coming from if you want. And according to their sensor checks, they have no idea you guys are there. They didn't even beat your passive stealth. So
I'm going to attempt to lock on once I am in range.
they are not aware that you were there. So the lock is you get your lock. No worries. Are you doing the same, Kronos, or are you just watching?
Yeah.
Or okay, so yeah, you can
Yeah,
move your guy. You can move yourself.
I'll flank.
6 hexagons within 6 hexagons of them, and you guys both have the capability to achieve locks, no problem. And real quick, Kirby is gonna try to. Fuck. Okay. never mind.
Not.
Don't
Ew.
fuck, Kirby.
Oh.
I mean, you can't really tell if he's doing it. He's an ooze, so I think he's okay.
If the ooze suddenly starts making more ooze. Oh God, no. Silver, you and some person are just crazy people tonight. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to destroy the ship, but I also don't want to have them run away or fight.
Your lock that you got, is it a general lock? Because there's also a thing called target systems that you can take where you're targeting. So do you want to target their engines, their shields, their defense systems, which would be shields, their weapon systems?
How about if I target their weapons, Kronos,
Okay.
and you target their engines?
All right.
Do they have shields up right now?
Yeah, they got shields up.
Pussies.
It's not like Star Trek shields, though, where it just if their shields are up, no damage gets through. Shields just make it harder for damage to get through. It still can't penetrate when shields are up. It doesn't stop them.
Are we about to attack?
Yes.
I was like, wait, what's going on?
Klingon music.
We're attacking! Ah, shit!
So you have stealth generators, and that still didn't beat the passive, so they don't realize that their systems are being targeted. What are you gonna attempt to hit their systems with? Are you gonna attempt to hit them with because you can hit them with torpedoes?
Torpedo.
All right.
Launch the torpedoes!
And Bryn, since you're with this, you can also take a shot at the systems because they're targeted with the primary guns.
Yeah.
Yay!
Let me see real quick. I want to double check this rule. The target systems. You have 19 to 20 as your attack critical now. So the thing about the homing torpedoes do kind of suck because as soon as they're launched, and their engines are armed and kick on, the ship's going to be aware that there are missiles coming at them, and you don't get to crit with them, but it is a lot more damage if it hits. So
Can I teleport to it and assassinate the ship?
so hold on, let's do initiative because the initiative starting. Let's make sure we have an order so we're not just calling out random shit.
16 plus.
Oh! 24. I got a nat.
Oh shit, 24.
23.
26.
Nice. Here we go. Let's do this. Kirby, come on. Please make me proud, bro. Nat 1, baby. Yes. Couldn't be prouder. All right. That's what I like to see. Sorry it was your dice, Frog G, but I don't take it personally. And there, it doesn't matter where they are because they're in between you guys and Kirby. I'm not even gonna roll. All right.
I mean, technically, they could have a 1 as well.
So, you move in, you get the lock, launch the torpedo, boom. That's technically the surprise round because the torpedo is going to kind of trigger that sort of surprise action in a round. Bryn, you're next. So, what I need from you is, let's see, you don't make this attack with advantage, but you do make this attack and you crit on a 19 to 20. So if you hit a 19 or 20, it's a crit, and you get +1 weapon damage. And if the attack criticals, that weapon that dice is also doubled.
Okay, so I'm just rolling a d20 for now, right?
Right now, it's a d20.
By the way, the torpedo is 69 damage.
Ah. Oh, I got a 19!
You critted.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, their systems are targeted, and you had them... Oh, yeah, so systems targeted, you hit with the crit, so that's an auto-critical for that. It means you don't get to, roll to see what system randomly goes off, because they're targeted. So you pick... So that is... You had the engines, correct, Dis? Or did you have the shields?
Weapons.
You had weapons. Okay, so their weapons system is down. They no longer have secondary or primary weapons available. And so your weapon damage, Bryn?
Yeah.
You get to roll 14d8.
Ooh, so excited.
14d8. Oh, shit.
So
it's a 68 plasma rifle, +1 dice of damage, so that's 7d8, and then that doubles from the crit.
Holy shit.
Damn.
54.
All right. I don't want to destroy the ship. Pew pew pew. Target their engines. I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
Well, I was.
No, I know.
You said target stuff. I was like, oh, okay. I'll just hack in and disable everything again. Did I leave myself a back door? I'm just
gathering sugar.
Oh, good fuck, Jesus.
So. This is the order of events. Dis launches the torpedo, swoops in. As Dis is swooping in, when that attack drops your stealth generator, you make your second attack, get the crit, blow up the weapon system on the ship as a part of the panel on their wing blows open and starts smoking. And the missile that you shot, you're almost racing next to it, Dis, and you kind of go out of the range. You know where the range is, so you're not going to be fucking in it. But you're kind of coming up behind it, and you see that they actually see it and move to the side, and the missile actually goes past. You see the missile arcing around like it's going to come past you and make a second attack on their turn. And they are going to make their attack of opportunity at the missile.
With what weapons?
Yeah, I was just
you're
gonna
right.
ask.
You're right.
With what weapon system? Hold up.
Thank you.
They push a couch out the side of the ship.
They're dumping their trash. They don't actually have a break. They don't have a breakable hull, so they actually can't use that reaction. That is an item you can get instead of whole armor. You can get whole plating that breaks off, and it's kind of like flares, but it hits the missiles and blows them up. And it's cheaper than flares. So they would make that attack, but they can't. So then, Kronos, it's your turn.
All right. I mean, can I, hack their systems and just shut their engines off and basically do what I did before, but leave life support on?
So for this first one, it's going to be scanning their ship. So with your ship's scanners, I want you to basically get to find their route, where their route access is, and give me it's going to be investigation with your ship. So the plus 15, no advantage.
Plus 15. Okay.
This is great music for this, by the way.
It is.
It is, yeah.
16 plus 15, so that'd be 31. Yeah. Thank you, Si.
Yeah.
Good job,
No
Bloop.
problem. You scan for route access. Now give me a use computer check. And so you're in, and this is a full. So that you can't really move or pilot. This is a full round action. You're using a full all of your action economy to accomplish this. But you got route access, and now with your use computer, you can start shutting down their systems. So
all right, yeah. So I'll shut down. I'll shut down their access to everything, like their panels and stuff like that.
So you got to go system at a time. You can only attack one system at a time, similar to you with weapons. So what system are you going for? They have life support, defense systems. Let me look at the real quick. It's in my damage. I got to scroll down. Overload dice. What's that? Oh fuck.
The situation feels so dire right now.
But there's engines, defenses. Weapons are already down. Then there is damage control, so they can't heal their ship. There's their comm systems, so they can't communicate. Their sensor arrays, and then if they had Magitech, it could shut that down. And it looks like they have an M drive, but there's no spell modules in it. There's no modules that control spells. It just has the base effects of like a sort of like a warp drive, which seems to be rare. They're not that common.
My ship doesn't have one of those, does it?
Nope.
Oh. Huh.
Kronos' has something similar. The flux drive that he used to have in his ship that he's trying to get back kind of acts as an M drive. It's kind of the same.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's a plain ship
So,
device, though.
we need to maybe not destroy the ship. So let's
Fine, I won't fire anymore.
Let's shut down their ability to fix the ship first.
Okay. You're shutting down damage control systems, heard.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make another note. So it is weapons and damage control. Boom. Now I have it actually on my sheet, so I fucking can remember it. So that is your full round action, but you have shut down their damage control, so they can now... Their engineer can no longer continue to try and repair their ship on their turn like he was going to. And it is their turn. So...
Are they going to cry?
No.
Oh.
I mean, one of them might be. Ooh. What's the DC on the missile? Real quick, I forgot.
Does it say?
So your ship, what is its wisdom modifier?
My ship's wisdom is a +3.
A +3? Okay, so 3 plus 8 is 11. 11 plus 6 is 17. Okay, sick! So, the missile is coming at it the other way, and it seems to move and evade and try and stay in a position where it's got the primary guns, even though they're not online, aimed at discs, so that when they come online they can fire, and the missile goes in between your two ships, and it gets out of range of both of you and explodes harmlessly. Let's see.
Now I'm pissed.
So that was the reaction, sort of beginning of their turn. They can't do damage control, so that he's going to try and bring those systems back up. So he's repairing the damage control systems.
Repairing the repair system?
Yeah, manually repairing the electronical repair. So he does not. He rolls a 5. So that guy's down. The other crew members are going to... Can't do that. They're going to prepare to be boarded. And... Other one is going to try to do weapon system. Oh, shit. So you're in their ship, Kronos. The weapon system is not online, but there's progress towards it going back online. It seems like they are diverting power from... I just had the systems open now. Shut it. They're drawing power from their point defense system since they don't have weapons.
All right.
What they are doing, and they're trying to get the point defense systems into the weapons to basically fix their ability to shoot at the moment. But they've made one progress towards it, but that is it. And then it is Kirby's turn. Kirby is gonna make his check. Kronos, that's a natural one. Fuck, bro. 5-1-5 or 1-5-1. So he's not shit right now. Dis, it's your turn. Kirby's trying to do damage control on your ship, but it's not working, just so you're aware of what he's doing. You can see on your ship he's trying to use the system you just knocked out on their ship.
Yeah.
Yes, it's and to answer your question, you can, since you're adjacent to them, with your quote-unquote free 5-foot movement, it's just like a free action, you can sort of drift close enough to their ship, so you could use your teleport to get into their ship. You can basically look in the cockpit and teleport. And you do, I don't know if you have it open, but we do have a map of the ship that they have. If you would like to do such a thing, you do not have to, because I brought it up. I just wanted to let you know for now and future reference, that is a thing you can do. So,
is it the one that's marked slave ship?
No, it's actually the... so you remember how we were doing the fight on Ulm and there was the barbarian gunship? That's what it is.
Okay, give me 1 second.
There's I think 2 decks to it, but
how many people are in this cockpit according to my eyes and sensors?
So sensor readings give you 4. There's 4 biosigns on this ship.
Okay, let me see here.
and one is got up and, or sorry, two have gotten up from the cockpit and are moving to the back, and one stopped halfway through and is working somewhere in the paneling, and another one has gone back to the back of the ship and is into the engine room, or moving towards that. That's where they're moving towards.
So I have a mechanics question real quick before I teleport and attack. We're already in the combat. This is the second round of ship combat. Is it a different thing for personal combat?
So technically, the way I am ruling this is yes. They are not. This is what you're about to do is not something that is normally done because it's tactically, quote, if you're like a real person in this world, really dangerous to do. You don't know if you'll ever be able to get back to your ship. But it is specifically an elf tactic because they're linked with their ship. So it has been used before, but you can get your surprise round in on them because you are above them in initiative, and they are not expecting you to be in their ship physically near their bodies. So I will say yes.
Okay.
I imagine not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bryn, you're a good pilot.
Am I?
You can
Okay.
also you have with your psychic link. You like I said,
This
you're
isn't
bonded
the
with
right
your
thing.
ship the same way like a ranger is bonded with their elf. And yeah, the you can get rid of the tokens on there except the 4, but you can command your ship like, stay there or guard or whatever. And if you don't use your action, you can use your action to fire from the ship even though you're not in it. But you can easily fly it from moving around with your thought, like an animal companion would move. So piloting it with you not being in it is actually okay. And Bryn can still shoot and target and everything, and it'll be fine.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get within 500 feet. I'm going to teleport in, and you said not just leave the 4 tokens. All right. So
yeah. So there's only
God
there's
damn
only
it.
the 4 tokens, and 2 of them have moved back towards the engine room. One of them has stopped on one of the walls. You can put them anywhere, and they've opened a panel, and they're like working at a panel on one of the wallings in there, like the black line in that main hallway. And then the other one has moved all the way back. But yeah, just four people. And when you sort of use your movement to
Like
teleport in, yeah, that's perfect. As you do that, I'm assuming since you can see into the cockpit, you go boom into the back of the cockpit behind the 2 pilots.
Yes.
And you see 2 Minotaur and a human are in the cockpit, and the Minotaur's like, "I can't do anything. Our weapons are down." And then you hear the other guy, the human, saying, "It's okay. Hollister's trying to take our point defense system and transfer it over to our weapons. We might have something. Stay aimed at him. We don't want to be in this and not have our weapons pointed at the threat." And then that's your turn.
Okay.
Well, you can continue your turn, but that's what you hear as you pop in.
Okay. I attack.
The darkness.
I do. So human or Minotaur? Probably Minotaur.
Yeah.
I want to gank the
Especially 'cause
Minotaur.
He's the one that's supposed to be aiming anyway, right?
Yeah.
So he's doubly the threat.
So 33 to his neck.
33 to his neck. Okay, go ahead with your sneak attack on that first. As you do that, the human looks so, and you're attacking the one aiming. So the Minotaur, you're attacking the human. As you turn around and shove your dagger in the neck of the Minotaur. The human looks over and goes, "Oh my god, what the?" And go ahead and roll your damage. All of the dice damage are doubled because it is a critical from the sneak attack or from the assassinate. Yeah, so you get your sneak attack damage and your magical damage from the weapon is all doubled.
Okay.
Just to be fair, that would be like so fucking scary. Sitting here in your ship, like already under attack. Like, okay, all right, it's okay, we're not dead yet. And then all of a sudden you're like, how the fuck did you get in here? Oh shit! Oh, Darwin, no.
Darwin.
I'm pretty sure this is probably gonna murk this dude, but I want to be sure. I want to be absolutely sure.
Plus 1d8.
It would be really funny if it didn't.
Yeah, right, by 1 hit point. In my old
Yeah.
campaign, like I've mentioned, it always happened to my our paladin. He would always be like, "I will smite you," and he'd pump his biggest smite, and he'd go Nova. It'd always be 1 hit point, and then someone else would be like, "Magic missile," just fucking kill it.
I fart in his general
missile.
direction.
Yeah, the elf mage would always magic missile.
That's mean.
What level do you cast it? Well, first level, first level magic missile.
First level magic missile. It's all I've got left.
Yeah.
What level do you cast it? Seriously.
So, 63
Totally.
base damage.
That's what I thought. I was like, just piercing.
So 63 piercing damage.
So the 63 piercing damage happens, and as like the necrotic damage is about to take effect, the Minotaur like reaches up and grabs your hand, and it's just like, oh my god! Oh, and blood is just spraying out of his neck.
2 necrotic. I rolled a 1 and a 1.
Oh dang!
Wow.
And then he needs to make a DC saving throw.
I mean, does he though? Can't he just die with dignity?
I don't know. Does that kill him?
No.
I mean-
So I'm gonna make the save.
Okay.
Wow.
Is this dragon blood or is this still the wyvern? Oh no, he got a 2 on the die.
This is poison oak.
Oh, this is gonna be funny. Hold on, yeah. So this is the wyvern poison, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the wyvern poison takes like a slight moment to take in. So you come around, you reach around, you jab the knife in his neck. The human looks over and he's like, "Oh my god, Chrono, are you okay?" And then he reaches up and grabs his neck. He's like, "I think I'll be fine." And then he just starts like throwing up blood. Grabs the dagger out of his neck and blood just begins to spray. And he's like tries to say something, but he can't get it out with the poison hitting him and making him sick in his throat, like clenching up with the contracting of the muscles. He's like trying to speak but can't. He's trying to say, "You think maybe? I don't think I'm gonna be okay." He falls into the console and kind of goes limp after some struggle. Your first attack.
The second attack, the rapier's whipping around the other guy.
Whip attack, all right.
To hit. It's only a 12 plus. It's only a 26.
To hit, yeah, it hits. We're having steak. Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Aww. This isn't gonna be a huge hit though. This is just gonna be a baby hit. 1d8 plus 2d6. These d6 suck ass. I'm rolling this shit manually from now on. 16 damage.
16. So this is what happens. You have that first little extremely violent assassination, and there's a little moment in you.
Oh, wait.
Piece. Go ahead.
The poison.
Oh, with the rapier.
Yeah.
Let me make the save. Oh, he actually makes the save. 17 plus 3 for 20.
Awesome.
And you get this extremely violent moment happens with the Minotaur as he falls down on the console, and the human looks at you, and he's like, and tries to turn his chair, reach down at a blaster in his belt as he turns the chair at you. But you just whip the rapier, and as you do that, it extends into the whip-like form in the metal cord, just kind of like strikes through him, and you can see on his chest, it looks like, the shirt kind of splits, and you can see the flesh, and there's that little like red line, and you're like, solid hit. And then the top part of the body slides down next to him in the chair, and there's just like a bisected person, and for a moment the other upper half of his body kind of looks down at his lap, and then just like the heavy weight of the shoulder and head on that side pulls the top part of his body out and over the armchair of the pilot seat, and he just falls. You get the sense he wasn't as hardy as the Minotaur.
That is super gross. I love it.
And I imagine you like cut the feet off. You're like, okay, we don't need to constantly feed this one.
Oh.
Leave the feet on.
Do I leave the feet on?
Feed. Your feed,
Oh.
your constant neural feed.
Oh, god damn!
No, I thought you said feet too, and I was like, shit!
This
Do
got
you leave
dark.
the Minotaur's feed?
Fuck!
No. Are you streaming this to everybody? Is what I'm saying.
Shit.
I mean, it's kind of in the middle of battle, so
What do you want me to do? Put up sensor boxes?
right? No,
Oh, I didn't
we've
know if you
seen and
started...
done worse.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure that like.
No, they're seeing
or
it.
Not. Okay, cool. Kirby's, you get like a what the fuck from Kirby.
Nicely done, Dis. Can you turn off their systems while you're over there?
I have 2 more people to kill.
Oh fuck! All right, well,
You have a bonus action as well, but that's about all you can do. You can dash with your bonus action because you are a rogue.
Can hold on. Did anyone hear this?
I'm gonna roll for that right now, but I'm guessing no because they're by consoles that are going. So we'll see. Let me roll.
Okay, I have to put myself on that map too. Sorry.
No worries. I can kind of guess where you are and what you're doing, where you can move. So when you come out, so it was kind of loud with the Minotaur yelling like, "I think I'm gonna be fine," and then the human going like, "Oh, what the?" That was kind of loud. So you think there's a chance someone may have heard you, possibly. You don't know though.
So my choices are: I can either stealth.
And not stealth and not move, or run and move. Just full out dash and move. And you can't turn on your stealth generator or anything because that's an action to do. And you usually do it before combat, so it's usually on at the start. So you're visible.
I move. Fuck it.
This is like, I don't like being visible.
As you open or as the door slides open, and that the person who was on the console, you can see there's a sparking console and what looks like an elf is turning and looking down the hall as it sort of explodes and sends sparks in front of their eyes. They sort of hold their hand up and they're looking, and then as you're dashing towards them, you can see like they may not have been sure, but as the sparks fall, they see you coming right at them and they get ready. And Bryn, you are looking at the pirate ship, the pirate gunship in front of you, and you can attack it with the primary guns if you want, or hit it with the torpedo. You have full gunner control. You don't have piloting control. You'd have to ask for piloting control if you wanted to maneuver it in any sort of way. But yeah, pretty close to some person.
Space.
I mean, I don't think
Space Elf.
I don't think that I want to fire anything because Dis is in there.
So you can hold until you can
I think I'll just hold. I think I'll just hold and see what happens.
Okay. If you want to, if you're like, I want to be on there with Dis, you can request Dis use their command for the ship's movement and stuff to dock. The ship. Yeah.
Jesus. Combat dock. Force docking.
Well, they were attempting to aboard you originally, so now you're fucking.
Yep. Well,
that
you
up.
know. The hunter became the hunted.
How the Chinese finger trap is turned.
I'll hold and let
Docking
Dis
joke.
have the fun for now. And and we'll see.
You're just
I was-
holding your target.
I was honestly expecting you to pop the canopy of the starfighter, fling Axie straight through the windshield of their ship, down the hallway.
Depressurize every fucking thing. Yeah, it's good. That's a good plan.
It wouldn't be the first time Shay has.
Yeah, I know.
Ship throwing an axe.
Look, I'm good at axe throwing. Okay.
So yeah, Bryn's turn. You're holding, so you can act if anything happens, and you say, "No, I want to act right here." You can just let me know. Kronos, it's your turn.
What system are they trying to reroute power from?
They're trying to reroute power from their point defense to turn on their primary weapons. So they won't be able to make
the point. If I shut down the point defense, will that keep them from being able to fix the weapon system?
Yeah, you're already in. You would just be a use computers check against their security systems, and you could just shut it off, and they would have to reboot that to get power from it. Yes, you're basically would be shut. You wouldn't be damaging it or anything. You're just no power. Boom. You're just boom. No power.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. They're like, and I almost it just turned off. What the fuck? Why is it off?
They almost have weapons back. But
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't want them to have weapons back. So yeah. So use computer check. You said.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, your ship is what tries to penetrate them. Theirs with their scans, and then once you're in, your use computer.
Lord have mercy.
Fucking 5 years old.
25.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah. They have no power to their point defense, and their ability to use reactions with their weapons goes away, and they can also no longer get power to fix their weapons. So he's going to try and divert to another system, which they don't really have much on right now.
No, they don't.
As
All right.
as a bonus action, because so you're still in the system technically, since you said you want to shut a system down, you're sitting there in your ship, like neural linked in, interfacing with their ship basically. So you're focusing a lot of effort on this. But I will also let you use your bonus actions, so it takes another system away from them. You have that tracker planted in their life support system. If you want to detonate that tracker to shut that system down, which will basically, it's another thing they can't draw power from, I will let you do that as your bonus action. And that's no check. You can just say, I want to do that.
I mean, I guess I can do that. I mean, I was going to go for like their communications, but yeah, they'll probably draw from life support. So yes, go ahead and detonate that tracker.
Okay.
In their
Pew.
2 turns and like 7 systems gone. they're not looking good. They basically don't have anything. They're almost sitting ducks at this point.
They started this.
Yeah,
That
they did.
is true.
That is true. And then.
Don't start no more
All right.
than
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Dis, the person walking up to you has their hands up, and you can see it's like an elf. And
Don't trust that shit.
they're sort of like, look, you can take what you want. Just don't kill me.
Kill him.
Don't kill me or my wife, okay? My name's Hollister.
Dirty fool.
My wife is Zell. She's trying to fix the engines right now. She's trying to reroute power from engines right now. He's basically trying to plead with
That's
you
good
and
to
making a
know.
persuasion check, but it's up to you. You're a player. People can't really use skill checks against you in terms of the social skills. So.
Other than actually being terrified, dude, he was gonna. I'm so torn. What kind of elf is he?
Natural 1. Holy fucking shit. He looks like he's a high elf. Kirby didn't repair any more to your systems, by the way, on your turn.
Jesus Christ.
When it goes back to his turn.
Can we enroll him in an online school or something?
I rolled 3 different dice, and they're all natural 1s. For these
Can I
checks,
roll
these
for Kirby from now on?
No.
That is hilarious.
Well, technically, the shrink ray, Bach has the shrink ray. Oh, wait, I think you have that spell, don't you, Dis? Don't you have the shrink spell?
Yeah.
Size and large. Oh, no, okay, yeah.
I said, can I roll for Kirby from now on? I don't know what you mean.
Sorry, some person in the chat said. You had a shrink ray.
I didn't know what you were responding to.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, so all he seems to do with his turn seems to be high elf is pleading that they just don't want to fight anymore, and they don't want to be killed. That's specifically what they're pleading. Is they don't want to be killed. You can take what you want. So
I hate taking prisoners. Am I a Klingon elf? I don't like prisoners. Drop your weapons and call your wife out.
Well, you see there's sort of that blank stare, almost someone working their neural link where their eyes sort of shift around when they're typing or looking at different windows. And he's like, okay. And slowly reaches out and pulls 2 blaster pistols off, one from his belt, one from his ankle, and pulls her out. And she seems to be a high elfist too. She comes up from the back, and they're dressed in kind of ratty clothes. It's almost like leather, similar to how Ulysses was dressed. They seem to be like some type of gangsters or pirates. They walk out. She takes out guns, and they both like kick them towards you and get down about like 15 feet away from you. And
The other me is covering her, by the way.
okay, yeah. yeah, the other you pats him down. You can make me an investigation check if you want.
Sure. 17 plus my investigation.
So you don't find any weapons, but
30.
you do find credit chips similar to you've been finding. When I say like you find gold, you've been finding a lot of it in like credit chips and switching it out when you can, like when you go to per scene and shit like that. But essentially, you find credit chips on them. You can't really tell how much are in them just by glancing, but yeah, you could take their money. They said you could take whatever you want.
I'm gonna call Kronos. How many places to dock on this ship is there?
Oh, just one. Yeah, just the one.
Oh fuck it, I want Bryn. I'm gonna remote maneuver my ship around to dock, so I can bring Bryn in here to watch the captives.
Okay. Yeah,
And I'm
easily
gonna
done.
line them up, both against the wall, on their knees,
Oh my
with
gosh!
their
Don't
hands
pick
tied.
them.
What?
Nothing. Sounded very
Would-
executed.
Give me time.
The starfighter turns upside down and goes belly to belly with the gunship and connects. Bryn, you leave the starfighter and come onto the ship. This ship is similar to, kind of gives you like a little eerie vibe as you step onto the ship because it's a renovated gunship similar to Sally's ship. Sal's where you got impregnated by the ethereal tadpole. So
Just like, why are we here?
yeah, there's a little bit like, okay, I've seen this place before, but as you sort of walk up the ladder, you see Dis and Dis's shadow have two people essentially like dagger or rapier point, and they're two elves. Yeah, the ship is yours.
What's up, babe?
Why don't you watch Mr. and Mrs. Elf here while I investigate around the ship to see if there are any other crew members or hidden surprises. By the way, Mr. and Mrs. Elf, are there any other crew members or hidden surprises? Answer as if your lives depend on it.
Answers if your life's
So there's a moment of hesitation, and you can see the two are talking, like an eyeball talking to each other, and there's a moment. You can see a look on the woman's face. Kronos isn't there, and you can't really see it. You have to be in person to kind of pick up these kinds of things with insight. So Dis, roll me, and Bryn, roll me insight checks. Bless you.
Oh, came out of nowhere.
Oh.
I got a 9.
I got a dirty 20. My insight is shit.
Okay, so she's hiding something, and you can tell because it wasn't a high DC. You can see she's like holding onto something in her face. He looks at her. She doesn't want to let go of something, and he sort of like nudges her and goes, "You can hear it because your elf ears, and you think it's weird that they're trying to whisper around to elf, being elves, which is kind of strange. Picks up your insight, picks up on that as well, but he goes, just you're not gonna be able to walk out here without them knowing. It's too much." And she goes, "Fine." And then she basically says, in the paneling behind one of the engines, it's a stash of pure gold. There's gold bars that I stashed away. I was hoping to keep it for myself.
If you have that much money, why are you still doing this?
It's not that much money. You get the sense that 2 gold bars isn't a lot of money. Like, we're talking not enough for her retirement fund, or she's just greedy and was like that whole the next one will be the last, the next one will be the last. But for whatever reason, she's been hoarding her money and turning it into like real gold, and she's had it melted down into a couple bars.
Who was the captain of this ship?
Well, judging by the fact no one's walked out of the cockpit, I'd say you've already dealt with him. He was a human. His name was Eisen.
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
He's on the right and the left of the cockpit right now.
Uh-huh.
Damn. Such a brutal way to put it.
And then she basically marks it on the ship, like you could basically bring up like the ship's blueprints or whatever, and she basically marks the behind the right engine and which panel to take off and how to take it off without overloading and setting off the trap that was rigged there, that she had rigged for it. And yeah, essentially when you do that, it looks like she had rigged anyone but her or Hollister to take this money, like so that the other two, it was going to disable the engines, hurt them, but leave them with enough power to jettison in the escape pod and leave them behind without any engines. It was like their last-ditch escape plan, possibly. But you get 2,000 gold from those bars, and if you want to roll me 3d12, you can also do that as well for the chips that were on them.
All right, I also want to actually look at the rest of this ship, and I'm going to detach my starfighter so Luke can come aboard if he wants to. Because I don't want to just leave him there with his dick in his hand, because that's mean. 21.
21. All right. As you go over the ship, you don't find much. There's actually a relatively okay selection of some alcohol in their like little recreational bar. Other than that, the ship's actually pretty bare. It seems like they're, they've got like pulse rifles. There's the armor that they're wearing. They do have a med bay, but their med bay is actually relatively lax. There's a brig, but the brig isn't filled with any prisoners or anything like that. And then in the room where the other ship, Sally's ship, had the cold storage, like cryogen freezers. And this one, it's like food storage. There's just like boxes of some fruit. A couple of the boxes seem to be like moved in the back and either forgotten about or covered. They're like rotting sweet potato type. There's a smell when you walk in there. But yeah, it seems like a kind of ratty pirate ship. Yeah, just some basic gear like pulse rifles and stuff, shielding, power armor, and the money that they have. And then obviously the stuff that's on the ship, right? Like the ship's weapons and that ship itself. But other than that, there's nothing that stands out.
Okay. God damn it. I don't have detect magic anymore. Okay. Do we want pirates to work for us now? Do we want to kill them and take their ship?
I mean, I'm down for not killing more people.
Kronos, you're muted. In StreamYard.
I don't think we need to kill them. And do you think they want to work for other people? I mean, why were they being pirates to begin with? What is their motivation?
What? What?
What's your motivation?
You sound like you sound like Alan Rickman in fucking.
Yeah.
Well, you have to figure out what their motivation is.
Well, I mean, if they're being pirates because they like being pirates, there's no like, hey, come work for us because they'll just steal shit and leave.
Okay, so you want me to delve into?
Yeah, when you start delving, you get the sense it's very shallow, as if they were programmed to just be a
NPCs.
Yeah.
This is an NPC encounter. There's no sentience here.
I see. So
they're just
gonna keep.
Yeah, they're just like some of the people you talk to in person who seem to like kind of repeat the same stuff or have the same. Like when you start to delve deeper, there's that surfaceness. But when you ask like who they are, who are you? In terms of identity and that stuff, it starts to get like muddled, and they give you either repeat answers or I don't knows, or they get kind of like and try to answer a different question. So it's like the weirdness to it that you kind of encounter with other people in this world.
Yeah. I saw this episode of Voyager.
I may have just seen this episode.
I think it's a few seasons in, so it's up to you. But basically, it's where the holograms revolt, and so they start rescuing holograms that are not even close to sentient. They're very basic tools, and so the sentient holograms are like, well, we'll just expand them and enhance them and all this stuff until they're sentient. and it does not go well.
Right. So
Yeah,
we either leave them be, or
you get the sense with that there's a similar to like when the body dies and people don't know how to quantify the soul leaving. There's that little bit of us that we can't quantify. It's the same thing in terms of the creation of sentience. Why some of the NPCs and programs click and others don't is completely, it's almost, this is a weird word to use in this sense, but organic. It has to almost happen organically. From what you've seen so far it's almost like there's divinity in it in some way, shape, or form, or fate, or some variable that can't be quantified.
Spark.
So what you're saying is we can't give them the spark of life.
You don't think you can, but you could always try.
I don't think it would work well if we did.
I don't know. I gotta watch that episode of Voyager to get ideas. No, I'm just kidding.
Now, to be clear, I'm very thankful that it happened with us, Bryn. But and this music is fucking. You're an asshole because it's.
It's sad, isn't it?
It's making me sad to off them and.
Wait, hold on.
Jay is learning.
I got them.
There. Is that better?
Oh yes. So I strapped them to the hull, and
and I start cutting off one of their ears.
Oh my gosh!
I get 4 ears for my necklace.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Ooh, tongues.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna go back to the sad music.
No.
It's working.
So, I'm taking votes. I'm not sure if Kirby gets a vote yet, but we're taking votes. What do we do with?
Shut up, Kirby. As long as Kirby is a goo, he gets 0 vote.
As long as Kirby talks with that voice.
Yep. Kirby is to be seen and not heard.
Oh my god, yes.
That might be gooist.
You will hear me.
Hear me.
I mute the comm link.
The best part is that sounds like when they do the fear me.
Yeah.
Fear me.
Yeah.
I
guess
so
my
many
question,
votes.
My question is this: if you let them go, are they just going to come back and like keep trolling this area? Okay.
It is their code.
All they know. They know nothing else.
It's a dilemma and a choice.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
Whatever.
can we alter their code since they're just going to be drones anyway? Can we make them our drones?
So no, with the way the Manos code is infected, you can't actually affect the game code like that. You can only see and look into it. You can maybe try to gather. So you know that they're programmed to be, like, slaves to this ship essentially and work from this ship. But if you get rid of this ship, which you guys I think you plan on doing. I think you plan on commandeering the ship. It could break the code and possibly organically give them free will. They could also go insane and fucking murder each other or something, but you don't know.
That sounds fun.
Okay.
If they murder each other, then we don't have to murder them. So
yeah, that's true.
I'm still kind of down for that.
We could live stream it and.
Yeah.
This episode I watched of Voyager. No, I'm just kidding. The one with the psychopath. You remember that one?
This is what we learned from Star Trek.
So I'm gonna put them both in one cell in the brig. Leave my +1 dagger in there that I don't give a shit about.
We'll see what happens.
2 elves enter. 1 elf leaves.
For one.
No, seriously, we're keeping the ship.
Oh yeah.
So
it's kind of like the ship that I wanted to snag from the other dude that was all snotty. So this is better. We don't have to clean snot out of it.
Not snotty. So where are we going? This doesn't have a cloak. Keep that in mind. So
did we? This was on the way to the fucking gate too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's stop here and do repairs. Let's repair this ship.
Yeah, we'll call it here and we'll pick up and figure out how you guys get to the gate at Terrace back to
because I need to fix my ship as well.
Yeah. You guys might have to go through a little boarding scenario, do some diplomacy and lying. So we'll see.
Let's be real. There will just be death.
It could. Yeah, that could happen too. There's all kinds of fun ways. Anyway. Excuse me.
Lovely.
Holy hell.
Okay. I'm going to try to do this all at once. Hold on.
Ready?
Yay, I did
Yay!
it. Just, oh God.
I may not have a mouth, but I will be heard.
I don't know why I fucking love that so much, but I do.
That's so creepy.
He's finally an ooze.
Oh
He's
my
finally
God.
an ooze.
So
Like
fucking
like Norm Macdonald from Orville.
Yeah. When I saw that Norm Macdonald was in news, I got so happy. I was like, it's fucking Kirby, but old.
Yeah. That show's fucking great, man.
He's my favorite character on that show too, which kind of sucks at everything because we know what happened. But
yeah.
I love Norm Macdonald. Him and Robin Williams. That shit hurt really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were both fucking great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ugh. Great dudes.
It seems like he was able to get through the entire third season. I mean, I haven't finished it yet, but it seems like he was able to get through the entire third season.
He's there and he has lines. So.
Yep, throughout the whole thing. So, Yaphet.
Well, thanks everyone for hanging out. Now that we've gotten into the depressing part of why you should always check in on people, especially the ones that always seem happy. Because they're probably not. Anyway, yeah, this.
I think Norm had cancer.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah,
he just didn't tell anybody.
Robin Williams committed suicide, but I think Norm had cancer.
All right, so I'm playing the outro. Thank you all for coming. On that fucking note, we have a ship, and it's for Bryn's people. Yay! We'll catch you all next time. We'll see you on Friday for Regen.
Yes. Good one.
Boy.